Chapter 61 Hardworking Luo Bing. Shameless conditions. One more. Fallen Ice, who moved things back to his planet, was also attacked. At this time, the indigenous people have poured out from their own planet and spread everywhere. As long as they can enter the planet, they will go. The channel that can be occupied shall be resolutely occupied. Kill. Dare to Kaikai Heaven. Holy. Channels free from any contamination. The first time, Archangel L found the enemy. Needless to say, the two sides met directly with swordsmen. The number of angels on this side is less than a fraction of the other side's, and it seems like they are overkill. Kill all these strange wingmen. The natives think so too. But the next moment, it was a one-sided slaughter. Angels belong to a high-level race. Not only are the people of high appearance, but also have outstanding strength. Even the lowest level, after being cultivated and mature, still possesses the strength of at least a demigod. That is to say, it is even higher than the child of the world who is now rampant and domineering. Even now, each of them has the ability to leapfrog battle. To deal with these ordinary indigenous soldiers, chop melons and vegetables. Except, that guy, no one can win with crowd tactics here. Luo Bing stood proudly in the sky, looking down. Looking at the angels who were like gods of war, she has recovered a lot of confidence after being beaten by Chen Mo. However, the mutilated limbs splashed down below, screaming in pain, and screaming at death. It still made her unbearable, and there was a strong sense of discomfort. But Luo Bing didn't turn his eyes away. But looking directly at this bloody cruel battlefield. She is the Lord of Heaven, she is the banner of the whole civilization. In the future, I want to become a character like the Queen of Ice. Quote. Luo Bing said firmly, what she is, this civilization is what it is. So she won't dodge any battle, she'll look straight into any horror. Her will is what the angel's blade points to. Kill. Luo Bing also pulled out his sword and fell from the sky. Boom. With her landing as the center, the shock wave spreads around. Moment. Dozens of natives were shaken flying. Some people were directly bombed and bloody. Blood splashed on Luo Bing's flawless face. Her pupils dilated instantly and trembled. The sword in his hand was shaking at first, and it seemed that the next moment, he couldn't hold it any longer. Damn it, am I still unable to be as calm as Chen Mo? No, I can do it. Luo Bing gasped violently, but his expression became more and more calm. She held the long sword tightly in her hand and raised it high. Kill. Follow my lord and kill. Feeling the master's will, all the angels roared. Fight more and more bravely. Even if injured, do not back down. Holy light, that enemy is worth fighting for. Healing, evil, retreat. Under the encouragement of Luo Bing, the angels rushed all the way, and quickly rushed into the passage, victory in sight. In a barren plain, the sky is raining arrows. Is there a large fireball bombing? Among the natives inside the passage, one rushes out, and one dies. A man in golden armor calmly commanded the troops. His mage group finally assembled and released a powerful spell. Next moment, all the indigenous people blocked in the passage were emptied in an instant. Go on, repeat, he said lightly. At the same time, he opened his watch in his spare time and checked the movements of the child of the world. That's the only guy I'm not sure about. Actually went there like Chen Mo. I can check it out, that guy's condition is good. Is it really that great? He raised his brows, his eyes flickering with eagerness to try. In a certain dense forest, there are shadows swimming around. Next moment, there was a scream. The natives who rushed into this strange planet screamed. Here, they can't see any enemies at all, but not flying heads. Let them realize what real terror is. Death is like the wind. A gust of wind blows. Another dozen heads fell to the ground. A man with a mask slowly retracted his knife. He loves fighting. More enjoy the showdown with the strong. It's not exciting enough. He murmured and pulled out his watch. Somewhere in the cave, the newcomer in it screamed. But useless. The natives outside swelled up one by one, screaming, and rushed into the cave desperately. Then there is the splash of blood, the strong corrosion. Explosion and corrosion, making the newcomer scream in agony. He retreated all the way. Until there is no way back. The race he bred, half died in the passage. The other half were also killed by this self-destruction. Now, he desperately wanted to open the portal. But no chance. As soon as I raised my hand, it was seized by the native generals. Cold light flashes. A big head flew up. There was another scarlet announcement in everyone's watch. Boom. Death to me. Lu Fan went down with an axe. The only aboriginal was directly chopped into flesh by him. This relieved the depression in his heart a little. It's still weird though. Why are there no natives on the way back? The road is so clean. The only native I encountered was a lunatic and seemed unable to communicate. Stupid by what? Can only kill to understand. In this situation, I can survive the invasion test lying down. Go home from Planet 12. But after thinking about it, he thought that he would encounter Chen Mo's army. Pull out the watch to see if there is any clue. There are children of the world. The next moment, seeing the child of the world being led to Chen Mo's side, he immediately patted his thigh and laughed out loud. Go back from Planet 12. Lu Fan waved his hand and gave the order. Meanwhile, the planet Terra. Children of the world on Planet 14. Chen Mo happened to be watching the newcomer area, so naturally he got the news. Of course, even if he didn't turn it over, Luo Bing also sent a message to remind him to pay attention. During this time period, many people are paying attention to the movements of the child of the world. 10 minutes later, the ground here began to vibrate. Ho, kill. The natives rushed out of the channel frantically. Their pioneer has found Chen Mo's base. At this moment, the main force came out in full force. And at the forefront of this team is a newcomer who is desperately running. Help, Mr. Chen Mo. He shouted frantically and saw Chen Mo's base. He was exhausted. He accelerated again and saw the savior. Hope. At the same time, he has already started the live broadcast. For fear that Chen Mo will kill him. But there is a live broadcast, and the new people area is watching. Chen Mo is afraid and may not dare to start. Chen Mo leaned against the base window and didn't move. He looked behind the aboriginal army, where a golden light lit up in the sky. The child of the world could keep his locked target away for so long. The purpose is obvious. The other party is looking for high-value targets. The more players the natives beat, the better. The hope of their civilized survival, the greater. Even, the child of the world may have used some means to reach an unexplainable exchange condition with the player he was chasing. It's unfortunate. Chen Mo smiled slightly. He also needs high-value targets. Try to get evolutionary opportunities. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 62 Shoot. Slippery mushrooms. 2 more. Chen Mo, save me. My name is Luo Liang. The Luo family in Kyoto. The family's assets are over 10 billion. Pull me, there will be a great reward. Luo Liang, a newcomer who asked for help, ran wildly and shouted. I was just watching this shaking video, breathing quickly, and I felt the pressure behind me. Damn it, the son of this world is so fierce. Among the newcomers, many are still fighting. But still some are attracted by this accident. They continue to follow through live broadcasts. This is the first child of the world to appear on the battlefield. Chen Mo is said to have beaten one, but the opponent did not admit it himself. They didn't see the picture, so they were still a little confused. But this is absolutely genuine. As soon as he appeared, he killed a newcomer. Then, the big boss mode is turned on. Wherever they go, many newcomers retreat. Even if there is an occasional provocation with an iron head, it is still a heavy loss. And don't know what happened. Almost everyone killed by the Lord of this world did not have time to open the portal. Not only that, he always finds his next target. In short, the Lord of this world has been widely spread. The newcomers on the live broadcast did not dare to look back, but the light from 470s that shone on the ground, causing the grass and woods to burn directly, was very obvious. Every now and then, there is a hissing sound. I can smell burnt through the screen. What a miserable newcomer. I hope Chen Mo can save him. Upstairs, FK the Virgin. If I were Chen Mo, just turn around and run. If you have the ability, let's save it. Does it all say that Chen Mo is very strong? Since he can defeat one child of the world, it's no problem to defeat another one. That is it difficult to save a similar person at will? And the other party said that it will be paid. Yeah, brother Luo is so miserable, he worked so hard to survive. What else do you think? I can't be considerate. After taking a few upstairs, you can eat food indiscriminately, but people can't save them. The children of the world are different, can you generalize? In case the child of this world will attack from a long distance, or control the mind or something, running quickly is the kingly way. Many people in the newcomer area quarreled. There are people who have just experienced bloody battles, and the smell of gunpowder is full. At this moment, there are all those who directly called out the appointment. But with Chen Mo's base appearing in the video, everyone stopped making noise. The end is just around the corner. Does Chen Mo run away, or help fight? Although the newcomer named Luo Liang was shameless, he was undeniable. His method was very effective, and the timing was just right. Almost everyone who watched the game believed that. At this moment, Chen Mo has absolutely no third option. There are only two people, looking puzzled. One is Luo Bing. The other one is a newcomer who strayed into Planet 45 before and was scared to pee. Although he is ridiculed by everyone as a PS boy, he is not a fool. He clearly remembered that on Planet 45, there were very terrifying, powerful, dragon-like monsters. But why is Chen Mo's own planet, instead, its defenses lax? Even running all the way from Planet 45, it was not blocked. That kind of weird, huge monster, he remembered it all his life. Probably not a match for the son of the world. But if you want to get in the way, it shouldn't be a big problem. But what about dragon-type monsters? Why didn't it show up? There are also those strange things that are like mold, sticky and spread on the ground. Shouldn't Chen Mo's planet be a horrific sight like the lair of the evil god? How completely different. The more he thought about it, the more he felt that something was wrong. Planet Terra, with the appearance of the child of the world, the next moment, the entire world lit up more than one level. The sun, hanging high in the sky, unscrupulously releases golden light, like the radiation of nuclear weapons. Wherever he went, flames were lit. There was a flying bird, which shattered directly and turned into a flame. Manipulating high-level energy, the strength of the child of the world skyrocketed. Across the long distance, he smiled and pointed towards Chen Mo, just volleying. A beam of light came straight to Chen Mo. As soon as he appeared on the stage, it was a nirvana, without the slightest hesitation, and with the momentum of his appearance to cover up, this blow was not very moving. It can be said to be extremely insidious, a ferocious blow. Light-speed attack. Can't dodge. Just fight hard. However, Chen Mo turned back early and took a cup of tea. So something that surprised everyone happened. This sudden killing blow, no. Success. Success. Yes, it was such a coincidence. This deadly ray-containing energy flew past Yifei, and then hit the wall behind the base. In an instant, the back wall of the entire base instantly turned red. The next moment, it turned into a liquid and fell. The child of the world was stunned. Conditioned reflex shoots out another light. This time, however, it was more or less the same. I saw Chen Mo continue the action just now, bent over and leaned against the window, looking out. The beam passed over his head and landed on the sand not far away. In an instant, an area turned into a lava lake. Another coincidence. This time, the child of the world was stunned. According to the deduction of the system, defeating the opponent will give mushrooms a new chance to evolve. Chen Mo took a leisurely sip of tea and was in a good mood. I thought that on the first day of the invasion assessment, because I hadn't figured out the situation, I might not have gained much. Who knows, when people sit at home, rituals come from heaven. Real men never look back to explode. Chen Mo looked forward and carefully looked at the child of the world. The other side does have two brushes. No wonder so many people can be killed. With this high-energy laser-like method, it is almost impossible to escape death when he sees it. It can be said that it refers to whoever died. But Chen Mo is different. He seems lucky. But in fact, it is only a prediction of the opponent's actions. Light-speed attack, naturally unable to escape. Can only resist. But what if you knew in advance where the opponent was going to fight? Then there are more options. Dodge early. Of course, Chen Mo will not be like Tai Hanhan, just like Tai Hanhan, in order to test the predictive ability of the biological brain. Actually, this Chen Mo is fake. The appearance is exactly the same as him, just a large mushroom with plastic surgery. He himself, of course, manipulated this mushroom body on the internet. In his home, as the soul of the world that replaces the will of the planet. There is an astral bonus. It's very simple for him to hide his will. Therefore, even though the son of the world made a decisive move at the first moment, the lion beat the rabbit, but also with all his strength. But unfortunately, he admitted the wrong goal. Let's lean on. Tour. What happened? The action of the child of the world is too fast. Also very suddenly. Therefore, through the video, everyone in the newcomer area watching the game, only then did their brains react. Escape 2 instant kills in an instant. FK. This luck just exploded. Mr. Chenmo is awesome. I'm still thinking about how Mr. Chenmo will deal with it. Is he fleeing or fighting? I don't know that Mr. Chenmo is so special. He doesn't do anything, just drink tea in place. Die. Chenmo gangster, this posture so handsome. Damn it, put it on him again. Wait, my brain can't react. Who can tell me what happened just now? The response was slow, and he was still in a state of confusion at this time. It is impossible for anyone to escape the sun of the world by luck. Some people are slow to reflect, but naturally there are also experts. Reflected in an instant, Chenmo must have some clever tricks. At the scene, Luo Liang, the newcomer who pulled Chenmo into the water, was like that. He was driving the live video, even though he was stunned the whole time just now. Only 2 beams of light were seen flying overhead one after another. And Chenmo is very casual, 2 natural movements, just to avoid this killing attack. Steel casting bases, golden beaches, all melt. But at this moment, Luo Liang reacted immediately, ecstatic. Accelerate towards Chenmo's position. 2 mistakes in a row. The child of the world was stunned. This is definitely not something that can be explained by coincidence. He himself is the son of the world. Luck can't be that bad. If you want to avoid his attack, it is basically impossible to rely on luck. The only explanation is that the other party has those 2.4 strengths. Then try this trick. Turn me to ashes. His face turned cold, and energy surged throughout his body. The next moment, a huge beam of light blasted out directly. An entire area, including the base, has been turned into magma. It doesn't matter if you can't hit you, just increase the hitting range. In an instant, everyone was struck dumb by this terrifying blow. Chenmo, who was just showing off his operation and performed so amazingly, is gone. Wait, why is this shot still rushing forward? Young Master Luo still doesn't stop. Not waiting for everyone to recall and observe the scene carefully. The camera rushed into the lava. Immediately afterwards, there were screams. It turned out that Luo Liang, who saw hope and rushed towards the base madly, stepped on a mushroom with 1 foot, then couldn't stop the car and rushed into the lava lake. Of course, if someone was there, they would definitely be dumbfounded. Because of this scene, it's not much worse than Chenmo dodging the laser just now. Incredible. That mushroom is more than slippery. Simply slippery. This slip is 10 meters. Luo Liang, who was about to stop in a hurry, slid directly into the lava lake. Chapter 63, Cancer of the Planet. No, just normal growth, 3 more. Damn it, I took this Luo Liang. Maybe, this is really awesome, the best way to eliminate fear is to face it. There is no announcement of Chenmo's death. He is still alive, there is a follow-up. Oh, it's a pity that the live broadcasters are gone. There was a lot of discussion in the newcomer area. This dramatic scene, it's like things came to a climax and ended abruptly. Make people uncomfortable. Tyra, the fun really begins. In order to test extreme predictive power, millions of dollars were lost. Chenmo looked at the base that turned into a lava lake, and couldn't help but feel heartache. This planet is his home. Anyone who is hit with a big hole in their home will be very upset. Come here and fight. The next moment, Chenmo's voice disappeared from the lava lake. Appears behind the Lord of the World. You said this is this way. Go, leave no grass. Burn me to ashes. The son of the world sneered and gave an order to the army. He knew that the weakness of this strange human must be on this planet. In some place. 29. Turn up. He might win. If you can't win, you can be like the unlucky guy just now. Maybe you can threaten the other party and cooperate with the other party. Found it. Here. His eyes flashed. A big mountain was directly stepped out of a big hole by him. I saw the mountain melted, revealing what's inside. The child of the world kicked in his heart. Is this some kind of strange flesh tissue? The sight in front of you is really weird. There is a lot of flesh and blood in it, crisscrossed, and even slowly squirming. The part that was melted by his ashes ray was also growing rapidly and recovering. The most important thing is that this whole mountain is filled with this. It is hard to imagine how such a huge creature could exist. The intuition of the child of the world told him that this was unusual, and that was the weakness of that human being. No, don't be afraid. All charge. With the son of the world, we will win. Kill all these alien invaders. Sweep the evil god's lair ahead. For our civilization, for the world. A native general shouted loudly. The strange organization surging inside the mountain in front made them phobia of giants. In the face of this kind of scary and strange thing that is beyond cognition and only exists in legends, as long as it is an intelligent creature, it is inevitable to have a feeling of fear. But they also understand that you have no way out. Rush. All the indigenous soldiers began to push all the way, sweeping the past. Seeing this scene, the child of the world nodded in satisfaction. The more concentrated the will of all beings, the stronger he is. He and civilization itself are inseparable. Although I can't bear it, sometimes I have to say that the killing of blood and fire, some sacrifices, are very necessary. This is enough to make his clansmen more determined and united tightly around him. However, how can Chen Mo make them wishful? Said to fight on planet 45. Then you have to go. As soon as the thought moved, the ordinary natives screamed, and some people vomited and spit out mushrooms. The mushrooms burst, and mycelium spread on the ground. In an instant, the lush, seemingly peaceful environment suddenly turned into an evil lair. Hundreds of thousands of elite indigenous soldiers were swallowed by mycelium, and then infected and parasitized. For the divine will, join glorious evolution. Kill. Looking at the army turning around and rushing towards him. The child of the world was pale. Then, God. He squeezed the word out of his teeth. He knows. It is absolutely impossible to defeat this existence with the power of one's own civilization. Check it out below. It took a full minute for the other party to infect the first person. But the second, it only took half a minute. When he reached the 100th, almost at the moment of contact, he began to draw weapons to him. The other party is familiar with his race. A growing sense of oppression made him feel strange. Fear, even more frightening. This strange evil force that spreads so quickly through flesh and blood, he doesn't know the reason. It feels completely incomprehensible. The next moment, a cold light flashed in his eyes. Get started. Kill. He did not kill the parasite. Instead, he turned around and killed all the people who were still pouring in from the passage. The natives watched this scene. They are desperate. Some people cried directly. Don't understand what's going on. The son of the world naturally felt it, and at this time, his heart also collapsed. His power will be weakened again. Even got a backlash. The will of the planet is strongly against his actions. But, he knew very well that he had to kill. Even if you lose 800. Let the other party be infected and swallowed, and very bad things will happen. So not only to kill, but also to leak the news. No one can go back alive. His expression became more and more hideous, and the light in his hand became more and more dazzling. Boom. The entire channel vibrates. A blazing light rises inside. Like the sun, Chen Mo grows small mushrooms inside, and Child of the World grows big mushrooms outside. The two mixed. Doubles. An elite army of 1 million was reimbursed in a few minutes. Ah, I'm going to kill you. Whatever evil monster you are. Death to me. Everything. Burn me to ashes. The Child of the World was furious. His whole body burst with light, and the terrifying energy reflected all around him without any scruples. At the same time, he backhanded and flattened another mountain peak. There is still a wriggling tissue inside. Continue. Still have. Here too. How big is the area? Open a piece of land, and there are still surging mycelium below. There are a large number of indescribable organizations, tumbling and still active. 497. Completely ignore his son of the world. This is enough to say a lot. Could it be said that the interior of this planet is just a squirming big meatball? All this stuff. In other words, the other party's body is the planet itself. A shivering, Child of the World only felt horrified. He had only vaguely heard from the Temple of Heaven that he might be able to become a god instead of the will of the planet. But never thought, let's say, someone directly replaces the entire planet, on a physical level. What will it be? Monster. The Child of the World felt powerless in his heart. The other party is indeed a weakness. His weakness is those weird organizations. The consciousness of the other party, with the help of these things, can move quickly. This point, the Child of the World has been very sure. But the problem is, this kind of organization is all over the planet. This weakness is too big. He took a breath on this side, destroyed it, and came back in a circle, and he grew up again. Endless. Even. He suddenly thought of something, turned his head and rushed out of the passage. The next moment, he appeared on planet 45. With a ferocious blow, a mine was opened. I saw that the huge hollowed-out mine was also filled with that kind of organization. The opponent is spreading. The planet is starting to have it too. Also infected. The other party is infecting the world. This is cancer of the planet. In an instant, his heart froze. Chapter 64 The best in the ball. Unpretentious and boring. 4 more. Once infected, it is almost impossible to clear it unless there is a power 1 level higher. It's really terrifying. Among your ethnic groups, you should belong to the most terrifying and weird category, right? The child of the world murmured. He knew that the other party would definitely hear it. In other words, these strange organizations represent the existence of each other. Even, there are some functions similar to the brain. As the son of the world, he possesses the highest intuition and the sharpest observation of mortals. So being able to gain insight into some things. But the more he knows, the more fearful he can destroy countless small things with one hand. But I want to go, you can't stop me. It's better than this. We can cooperate. If you have someone who is inconvenient to take action, I will help you deal with it, and you will help my ethnic group survive. The son of the world looked at the sky like a dark cloud, surrounded by flying dragons, with a calm expression. Not only did not run, but tried to cooperate. When Chen Mo heard this, he didn't react, he just ordered Filong to go up to solve the other party. Compared with cooperation, the value of the children of the world itself is far greater. The kind of environment he needed to fight the world child. Even if he took 10,000 steps back, he, a newcomer who was concerned by the Federation, ran to cooperate with the natives, and only did that when his brain was rusted. Watching the monsters in the sky continue to come over, the son of the world sneered and said disdainfully. Flesh, electricity, metal, these low-end things, you play very delicately. But it's low-end power after all, I'm not afraid. Having said that, the child of the world flew up on his own, without even looking at Filong. He is ready to leave. This time it was a hit. This weird and evil guy, he can't afford to offend. But 3-legged goblins are hard to find, and 2-legged people are abundant outside. He is the son of the world, save his strength, and then find opportunities to kill others. But he just took off. The next moment, I was dumbfounded. I saw the entire sky, shining blue arcs. Countless electromagnetic cannons bombarded the children of the world. In an instant, he was blasted into the ground. These alloy projectiles seemed to have eyes, and each of them slammed on him with incomparable accuracy, and then burst out with terrifying kinetic energy. These forces he thought were low-end, pressed him deep into the ground and rubbed him. The shield around his body, flickering, quickly burst. He wanted to move and leave here, but found that the whole world was against him. Here, he does not have the full protection of the planet's will. Huge pressure is like a prison. The other party has taken over the world. It's just different roads, there is no distinction between high and low. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile when he looked at the child of the world, who was being pressed into the ground and wrapped in countless mycelium. If you want me to say, the real high-end power is often the most unpretentious and boring. Such as his exclusive race mushroom. The basic abilities are growing and devouring. These are 2 abilities that almost all creatures have. Just simple growth. But when he grows and covers the ground, he is an overlord-level creature. When the planet is overgrown, he will follow the flow and be crowned the lord of the planet. Continue to grow and spread to other planets, then he is the governor of the planet, the chosen person. Continue, grow into the void, and cover the star field, then he is a terrifying cosmic creature. So is devour. Up to now, the combiner's deduction system has continued to evolve, and from these 2 basic abilities, there have been as many as 7 or 8 types of abilities. At this moment, the child of the world, bound by the tentacles of the mycelium, screamed. He was horrified. His power is fading away. These inconspicuous hyphae can absorb and devour advanced energy. Although not much, there are too many mycelium around. According to the system deduction, if I suppress the opponent to a certain extent, I will be able to find a suitable opportunity for evolution. At that time, my exclusive race can gain new abilities. Chen Mo felt that new abilities were beckoning to him. Also saw the initial power of devouring energy. The goal of building a god-level civilization is one step closer. I'm in a good mood. Binding the finished world's sun, Chen Mo turned his eyes and came to planet 12. At this time, his parasite army has also broken into this world. It is killing the quartet. But the next moment, receiving Chen Mo's order, most of the core began to retreat. This will slow down the occupation of planet 12. But Chen Mo found a better target. Feeling itchy, I want to occupy it immediately, and at the same time engage in construction. Yes, construction, and makeovers on a planetary scale. Not just looting and destruction. Rocky Planet 14. That is the world where the son of the world lives. Has a large number of general metal mines, a small amount of magic crystals, humanoid race orcs, and a civilization level of 1.0. Well, if you just look at resources, this planet is pretty average. But Chen Mo found that the planet has a high iron content, about 30%. That is to say, this planet is solid, with iron inside and solid rock outside. Just now, the son of the world praised him as the cancer of the world, growing everywhere and infecting the planet. This reminded him, and gave him an idea. His mushroom race, whose specialty is growing and devouring. This is the foundation, and these two abilities are bound to become more and more perverted. So, can this ability be put to good use in advance to give full play to the greatest advantage? Thinking about it, Chen Mo's answer is yes. Now that the biological brain has grown all over the ground of the entire planet, why can't it be more extreme? For example, to gradually overgrow a world that is strong enough and transform it into a planet-class warship. That is, completely parasitizing an entire planet. This is completely different from growing attached to it. This requires a complete transformation of the entire planet, the general planet, absolutely not. First, the strength is not enough. If it's full of meat, then this little broken ball is useless. After some careful selection, Chen Mo discovered Planet 14, which is simply the best in the ball. First of all, the shape is round and beautiful. The degree of firmness is also 1 in 100. More importantly, its core is iron of sufficient mass. You can treat this planet as a solid planet-class warship, no problem. A powerful civilization, without a pair of decent flagships, is truly unreasonable. Of course, to start the planet, the amount of work is gone. The first is gravity, planetary engines, energy sources, manipulation methods, etc., all kinds of problems. But to be honest, such a large warship is really attractive. Moreover, the manufacture of warships also obtains resources from the planet. Why bother? Just open the planet directly, otherwise it will be over. The most powerful force is often unpretentious and boring. Li Da Fei Brick, which is the cluster race, is best at. Moreover, they have to occupy the planet anyway. Based on the above considerations, Chen Mo decided to start the preliminary ship construction. Finish these. Chen Mo's first action in the invasion test has come to an end. And the earth-shattering, nuclear explosion, in the passage just now. It is estimated that many races are terrified. His world must have been listed as a dangerous target by many indigenous people. In a short period of time, there should be no more civilized food delivery. This kind of attack led by the son of the world personally would have been cold if replaced by other players. That is, he can resist and easily counterattack. Sure enough, there were indigenous troops passing by in a hurry from the outside, and they just glanced at it. It doesn't even mean to get close. They are all about 1.0 level civilization, and this judgment is still there. Turn on the watch. At this time, the entire newcomer area unexpectedly became quiet. Most newcomers have experienced the first bloody battle in their lives. Some people survived, but their hearts were shaken. At this moment, I am resting and gradually adapting to this cruel test. At the same time, everyone knows it's just an appetizer. The indigenous pioneers, through self-sacrifice, have basically figured out which planets are easy to attack, which are difficult to deal with, and which are extremely dangerous. Li's Zhao. In short, the next wave of attacks will be countless times fiercer. And those who are seen as easy to bully will face severe tests. Chen Mo, how is your situation? Do you need help? Luo Bing also ended the fight, and immediately, she contacted Chen Mo. Looking at Luo Bing's blood, and the angel behind her who was seriously injured and even had broken wings, Chen Mo was slightly stunned. It seemed that the battle between the newcomers and the natives was more brutal than he imagined. Even a genius like Luo Bing was damaged in battle. From this point of view, combat attrition is an inevitable problem. In addition to him, any newcomer must consider the losses caused by the battle. After chatting casually with Luo Bing, Chen Mo was ready to rest. In the first battle of the invasion test, he gained a lot. From Planet 12, the parasite army plundered a large number of material steps. The Federation's reward for the first stage ranking, Resource Tilt, will also be issued soon. However, Chen Mo didn't have time to check these resources. He used the power of the Star Soul to suppress the child of the world, and was very tired. And last night until now, I haven't slept. You must rest well now. In the best state, meet the opportunity of the upcoming evolution. Chapter 65 Chen Mo's Secret Weapon. Legend. One more. After hanging up the video of falling ice, Chen Mo thought about going straight to sleep. Turning around, he looked at a magma lake that had cooled and solidified. Suddenly speechless. It's long gone. Chen Mo, who was in great pain, had to continue to boil for another 10 minutes. Wait for the Federation to send a new base. As a genius who has attracted the attention of the Federation, he can already choose better things like a base. The small base that spent money at the beginning. Now send the super luxury base directly for free. Swimming pool, gym, luxury bed, everything. Chen Mo picked out a castle-style one at random. Soon, a professional team brought space equipment to install it. A few minutes later, Chen Mo lay on the comfortable and soft big bed and fell asleep. What Chen Mo didn't know was that he slept comfortably, but because someone gave him a random order, he is completely in no mood to rest now. Why am I so arrogant? Ah, Chen Mo, I'm not finished with you. Don't bully the weak. Lu Fan looked at the giant corpse on the ground, tears flashing from the corners of his eyes. Originally, he saw that Chen Mo was fighting with the son of the world, and immediately decided to go back from Planet 12. It really went well in the beginning. The parasite army inside was fighting and ignored him at all. He felt that his decision was wise, and he became more courageous. Even following the Legion, I picked up a lot of cheap. There is also Kung Fu to watch the live broadcast of the battle between Chen Mo and the son of the world, eat melons. But after the unfortunate Luo Liang slipped and took a lava bath, his unfortunate career began. I don't know what's going on. The army of monsters who could not see their heads suddenly turned around. Imagine two-story hydralisks, and countless greenskins driving all kinds of strange chariots and tattered weapons. Either one is quite dangerous. In short, he himself ran fast, but the giant under his hand, because it was too close, was hit by the car that was rampaging by the greenskins and hit the ground. Plus there are hydrants running over it constantly. In short, when the dust cleared, he lost most of the giants. If it weren't for the support of the consortium behind him, he would have almost fainted. This means that ordinary people will be eliminated. And his current situation is extremely dangerous. Too unlucky. But this green leather car is full of things, and it can't hold it, and a lot of things fall out. Looking at some magic crystals scattered on the ground, Lu Fan felt a little comforted in his heart. How much can be regarded as reducing his loss a little. He sighed and heard another voice coming from a distance. Lu Fan hurriedly packed his things and prepared to leave. Put things down. Wang Yifeng roared in the distance. These, all mine. FK away for lousy. Wang Yifeng and his subordinates rushed over in a hurry. Looking at only a few magic crystals, his heart was dripping blood. His mine was completely demolished by Chen Mo's army. These magic crystals were all dug up by him, and now they are all gone, mining equipment and all kinds of valuable equipment, all in one pot. Simply bandit. Fighting between players is okay. He also anticipated that Chen Mo might go to Planet 12. So he was the first to run back. But it was too late. By the time he arrives, there will be nothing left in his mine. Wow, isn't that Lu Fan? The legendary third child is only one behind me. Oh, what's wrong with you? You have become my magic crystal. When Wang Yifeng rushed up quickly and saw the faces of the East and West people clearly, he was instantly happy. Guys, you have today too. He immediately took pictures. Then it was sent to the newcomer area. Also titled the party a bit. Family in despair, Lu Fan madly picked up the magic crystals he dropped in the wild. Lu Fan was already uncomfortable. Give Wang Yifeng such a hole, and he was fried on the spot. I can't handle Chen Mo, still afraid of you. He immediately sneered. Isn't this the legendary second child? Only under Chen Mo, you were really optimistic, living under the lining. Both of them were actually ransacked by Chen Mo. Their mines on Planet 12 were all gone. There's a lot of fire right now. In an instant, the smell of gunpowder on both sides was very strong. What? Is this a strange weapon used by Greenskin? Wang Yifeng's expression suddenly became condensed. He saw a metal creation in a pile of magic crystals collected by Lu Fan. Like an ancient firearm, he also saw that Greenskin used this thing, and it was able to launch some projectiles at a very fast speed. He doesn't know the principle, it seems to be very interesting, and the power is very good. It's almost level 4. Let me put everything down. Wang Yifeng said, reaching for the electromagnetic gun. Lu Fan's own strength is not weak, so naturally he refuses. Others are afraid of Wang Yifeng's family background. He also has a consortium behind him, and he is a scholar himself, so Wang Yifeng is not false at all. Block immediately. So the two fought each other. In the end, in terms of personal strength, Lu Fan is still superior. He kicked Wang Yifeng away. He picked up the weapon in his hand, smiled proudly, and pulled the trigger. He had seen Greenskin use this thing before. Just like this, and then like this, you can launch supersonic alloy projectiles with great power. If there are hundreds of them, it will be a blast. Only a loud bang was heard. The electromagnetic rifle explodes directly. Lu Fan was caught off guard, and his face was blackened by the blast. Breathing out a puff of black smoke, he fell straight down. Got blown up. This scene made Wang Yifeng dumbfounded. How so? He saw that the green skin was used. It was obviously very useful, although sometimes it seemed that the bullet could not be shot, but it would not explode directly. Chen Mo's things really can't be touched. I'd better not show up wherever he appears. The more Wang Yifeng thought about it, the more afraid he became. If he grabbed it just now, it would be him who would pick up the bomb. And his physique is far inferior to Lu Fan, who belongs to the giant race. This should be some kind of magic detection method, which can identify the owner, which is a very advanced technology. On the side, an archmage analyzed it. Chen Mo's core, not only in terms of strength, but also in terms of civilization and technology level, I am afraid they also surpass us by a lot, at least have a 1.1 level civilization. The more he spoke, the more certain the archmage became, and his face became solemn. My young master, don't be optimistic. This second child, I am afraid that I will do it for a long time. Living under the lining will become a label for Wang Yifeng. Really uncomfortable. Hearing the analysis of professionals, Wang Yifeng's face also became extremely ugly. I have to work harder, but is this too perverted? Maybe some ancient technology, Wang Yifeng said, encouraging himself. But halfway through speaking, in his heart, he retreated. The ordinary green-skinned weapon, let him analyze it, still can't figure it out, and even almost suffered a loss. Lu Fan was bombed, and this unfortunate incident was naturally spread to the newcomer area by Wang Yifeng. Good guy, what is something that is worth fighting for two big bosses? Look carefully at the photos, brothers. It's the weapon used by the Chen Mo gang. Wang Yifeng's original intention was to humiliate Lu Fan. However, there is never a shortage of details on the internet. Since then, the truth has gradually been dug up. With Lu Fan wrapped in a bandage, he came out to explain. Anyway, he would rather be said to be hanged and beaten by Chen Mo than to be considered a loss by Wang Yifeng. Wang Yifeng is not worthy. As for Chen Mo, anyway, he suffered a lot. Although he suffered to death, if everyone is the same, just bear with it and it will be over. Ahem, that means, Lu Fan was blown away because of something that Chen Mo dropped. Mom Chen Mo's boss. It's so fragrant, it attracts the second and third place to compete. As soon as this question came out, everyone became interested. Various speculations. This should be some kind of weapon. It seems that it can be manufactured in batches. It can make Wang Yifeng like it, and at least it can cause damage to extraordinary creatures. Really, Boss Chen Mo, is this weapon for sale? If it sells, I'll buy it right away. If the number is not enough, take some out for auction, and I must too. Kneeling and begging Chen Mo to auction off weapons. Ah, I really want the big gun of Chen Mo. In the newcomer area, everyone has just finished the bloody battle with the natives. At this moment, they are extremely eager for any weapon that can improve their combat power. What attracts them the most is that Chen Mo's weapon seems to be able to be used by any race. This is amazing. Each race has different talents and magic. They don't understand, what kind of technology is Chen Mo? In short, various, detail parties, in the newcomer area are constantly analyzed. Plus Chen Mo's previous miraculous performances. This ancient technology, electromagnetic rifle, was blown into the sky. It has become a high-end product comparable to magic weapons. For a time, countless people frantically tried to contact Chen Mo. And the way to contact, of course, is to buy something from Chen Mo. Some people also call Chen Mo directly, and leave a message by the way. How does Chen Mo know, although he slept? But his legend continues. Although brother is not here, the legend of brother will always be there. An experimental electromagnetic gun randomly dropped by Chen Mo, the performance is still very unstable, and it is still a rubbish thing that the goblin engineer can improve. In the newcomer area, he was blown into an artifact that could change the pattern of war. A new round of turmoil has been set off, and the more it spreads, the more outrageous it is. Chapter 66 Green Skin. 3 Knowledge of Idealism. 2 More. Comfortable. Chen Mo fell asleep and woke up naturally. It is customary to deal with the business on the trading platform first. Why are they all sold out? Is it that fast? And inexplicably, a lot of people gave him money. Boss Chen Mo, kneel and beg for the magic gun. If you offer a price, as long as it is less than 1 million, I can accept it. Brother Chen, can your magic weapon technology be transferred? Our company is very interested in this technology and can license it to us. We have special arcanists who can work together to develop and make progress together. Brother Chen, I'm Da Fei from the Gray Steel Consortium. I wonder if you still remember me. I heard that, brother, you found a. Just click on a few transfer messages. Chen Mo regretted it. What? Magic weapon? That is something only arcanists and great magicians can develop. He is a newcomer, how can he know? Do you look up to him too much? Chen Mo realized that there must be some misunderstanding. Take a look at the newcomer area, and I am immediately happy. 5, 2, 3, it turns out that it was his experimental electromagnetic gun that injured Lu Fan. This guy owes his mouth and deserves it. Watching newcomers pass on this secret weapon like a god. Chen Mo couldn't help but smiled. This electromagnetic gun has the ability to recognize the master. It won't explode at all. The power is not as great as they describe. The reason why they have such a misunderstanding is all because of the strange talent of the greenskin. Just because Chen Mo told the greenskin, this thing is awesome, the bigger the fire, the louder the sound when it is fired, and the more powerful it is. And this, without a doubt, is recognized by the greenskins. Chen Mo is the divine will. He is the truth. Unexpectedly, this ability of the green skin, for the first time, it was through such an outrageous thing. Could it be that my luck has gotten better, and I can gain extra benefits when I sleep? Chen Mo couldn't help laughing. Some look forward to the performance of the greenskins in the future. When Chen Mo thinks of the future, the greenskins, output depends on thinking, and the damage depends on roaring scenes. Must be very magical. Of course, Chen Mo will not take the initiative to explain this matter itself. They can think what they want. After all, there are already many legends about him, and it is not bad. But if there is a chance, you can indeed sell a batch of weapons. Although it is not as good as magic weapons, it is more or less effective in the face of indigenous people. The key point is that anyone can use it, and it is cheap. As long as there are ordinary ore, it can be continuously produced. Chen Mo decided to keep an eye on the development of fishing reels. After reading the latest information in the newcomer area, I put the goods that should be added to the shelves. Chen Mo counted the harvest. This wave of battle is really a huge harvest. Chen Mo looked at the mountains of resources in the warehouse, and the lunch tasted even more delicious. On planet Terra, Chen Mo has a construction team working around the clock and has built a huge warehouse that covers an area of more than 1 million square meters. From radioactive, magic crystals to uranium, copper, and iron ore, there are all kinds of wild exotic delicacies. Contrary to Chen Mo's expectations, this time, he pulled back a lot of ready-made equipment from Planet 12. There are even giant mining machines worth millions. Looking at the words of Wadu Wang's group above, Chen Mo couldn't help but feel happy. No wonder in the newcomer area just now, Wang Yifeng's words were filled with resentment. Feeling his own army, he directly moved his belongings away, leaving not even a single screw. Parasite Core, the execution of orders is so meticulous. Chen Mo's request, no matter what it is, they will resolutely implement it and strive for perfection. Counting it, the total value of the equipment pulled from Planet 12 is as high as 100 million. This time the harvest is really great. There are also nearly 100 million magic crystals. What's more outrageous is that among these magic crystals, Chen Mo has detected that some of them belong to other planets. Because the purity is too high, it has exceeded the energy level of Planet 12. This must be a product from a higher planet. It should be the idiot of some local tyrant who is used to drive some magical equipment or weapons. Chen Mo judged. It doesn't matter where it came from, as for offending people. Chen Mo has offended enough people, and he doesn't care about a few more. As long as the current level is maintained, there will naturally be someone to support him. Moreover, he is not without a backstage now. His certificate of conquest was issued by the Queen of Ice of the 99th Department. I can keep these high-end goods, which can be used for evolution and planet building. The next evolutionary gene will be about 1.2 billion. Remember the income of the trading house. The resources for my evolution are sufficient for the time being. Chen Mo calculated carefully. Just this wave of plundering Planet 12, he straddled a quarter of the upgrade distance. It can be said that the speed is very fast. Faster than he expected. Mainly because he didn't expect those local tyrants to be so willing to invest, and because of an accident, he exploded in the newcomer area again. As long as this kind of thing happens twice, he can directly evolve in situ. If you don't want to buy resources, you don't have to buy them extra. In addition to the harvest of Planet 12, there are also periodic rewards from the Federation. This reward is based on the ranking of the channel test stage. The higher the ranking, the more generous the reward. Chen Mo looked at the rankings, and there is no doubt that he ranks first. A total of up to 3.5 billion contributed values, topping the list. In the first stage, the most powerful genius ever recorded was around 1.3 billion. Chen Mo broke the record. Of course, there are still many high-value resources in his warehouse that have not been sold. Otherwise, this data, and more. However, if you continue to do more, there is no more meaning besides bluffing. After all, this data has already broken records. It's better to leave the resources to the second stage. In this way, the contribution value will be included in the income of the invasion test. Of course, only Chen Mo can play this game. No one else has enough resources. Congratulations on winning the first place in the first stage. The federal reward for you has been issued. Please confirm your receipt. Chen Mo opened it and found that there were 3 new knowledge acquisition permissions and 2 optional resources. They are intermediate magic knowledge, planet, transformation. Low-level idealistic knowledge, belief strengthening. Intermediate spiritual knowledge, erosion of Gaia consciousness. Knowledge, no matter where in the world, is the most precious wealth. In the Star Soul world, the control of knowledge is extremely strict. Far beyond the materialistic world. Because some of the knowledge here, once you acquire it, you can actually grasp the power of it. Knowledge equals power. However, Chen Mo was slightly disappointed when looking at the access rights of the 3 knowledge items. I thought the first place had advanced knowledge. Who knows that there are only 2 intermediate and 1 low level? It's a pity not to allow self-selected knowledge. If you can get permission to go to the think tank, that would be cool. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. The 3 knowledge rights awarded at hand are all used to develop civilization and cultivate construction. Unfortunately for Chen Mo, it is really useless. The form of his civilization is completely different from the mainstream of the Star Soul world. You can't say that these knowledge are useless, but they are basically not very useful. His race can achieve the effect of these kinds of knowledge with simple and rude means by using the method of flying bricks with great force. Faith is even more nonsense. 2.4. As the main brain of the group creatures, the divine will, he was born to be worshipped by the group, and the brains of the parasite army were constructed by Chen Mo. What they think is not a matter of Chen Mo. He does not need to deliberately construct beliefs to condense collective consciousness. But gaining more knowledge is a good thing anyway. Chen Mo thought so, and applied for specific knowledge content. These are only of little effect on his civilization construction. But it is very suitable to build the mothership of Planet 14. He just wants to transform the surface of that planet, and combined with some magical energy methods, it can speed up the speed. At the same time, the method of eroding Gaia's star soul can allow him to directly erode the child of the world. The son of the world can be said to be the embodiment of the planet's collective will, and has a constant connection with the planet's consciousness. Through the child of the world, it may be able to directly infect and erode the consciousness of the entire planet. It just so happened that Chen Mo had a child of the world on hand. Can be used to try it out. Chapter 67. Squeeze him dry. Get new genes. 3 more. Ask for subscription. You. What are you doing? Don't come here. Ah. The child of the world, who was regarded as a human-shaped magic power battery, was already very haggard. But seeing Chen Mo coming over, he still screamed in fright. He never dreamed that, as the child of the world, he would be caught by his opponent one day. The opponent kept suppressing his ability, and at the same time continuously absorbed his power. It made him weak all the time. Almost drained. In a word, it takes a long time to breathe. Chen Mo carefully observed the child of the world in front of him, not to mention, directly extracting energy from the other party is much faster than using magic crystals and sunbathing. However, the distance was completely drained, leaving the opponent in an absolutely weak state, and it was almost time. At present, whether it is evolution or erosion, it is still almost there. Just give him a hand. With a thought, Chen Mo transformed the planet with the newly learned knowledge and began to repair the damaged area of Aa Terra. The energy, of course, comes from the children of the world. Whoever damages, whoever manages. He smoothed the lava lake and planted lawns and flowers. Golden Beach. Chen Mo took 29 out of 10 tons of gold from the Certificate of Conquest ring, and really sprinkled it on it, worthy of the name. Match his castle facing the sea. When the sun rises in the morning, the entire coast is resplendent. The real Gold Coast makes one want to step on it with bare feet. Even Chen Mo himself was a little excited and wanted to take a stroll in the past. But it's not the time yet, the sun is not in the right position, and there's no such beautiful golden effect yet. If you can control the rise and fall of the stars, it will be perfect. Of course, right now, it's totally impossible. But you can also look forward to it. For the star god, controlling the stars is not a difficult task. While squeezing the children of the world, he transformed the planetary environment around the base into what he liked. Chen Mo opened the watch. At a glance, the newcomer area on the trading platform at this time has a lot of varieties. All kinds of weird weapons and mineral resources. There are even a lot of them, all of them are big shots that swipe the screen and put dozens of goods on the shelves in an instant. This would have caused exclamations before. Only a few people like Chen Mo can do it. I have to say that although this battle was brutal, many people were eliminated, but the rest, more or less, got the harvest. There are many newcomers of the race in the bloody battle, experience life and death experience, break through, and some masters are born. The average world rank of newcomers also came to 0.9. Very close to 1.0. As for the abundance of mineral resources, this is the credit of Chen Mo. The miners he rented out improved the overall ability of newcomers to acquire minerals. This leads to the surviving newcomers, how much can sell the mine. And this money can be used to improve one's own race. It can be said that he single-handedly changed the situation in the newcomer area. Of course, another way of saying, he has an influence on many newcomers. Of course, Chen Mo was very cautious and didn't even check the rest of the newcomers through the miners. However, it is easy to sense the positions of the other new miners. There are still people selling magic weapons. It seems that after the battle just now, the newcomer has not only sharpened his combat effectiveness. Some people have accumulated enough resources to start developing other side industries besides mining. Most of these resources come from the Federation and are the rewards of the previous competition. The rest of the top 100 players can obtain one type of knowledge from the Federation. Although not as good as Chen Mo's 3. But if you are lucky, and if your civilization develops properly, someone will use this knowledge to create magical weapons. Selling weapons at this stage is really profitable. The other party doesn't seem to have enough weapons for their own use, but they sell them. It seems that they are in urgent need of resources. Chen Mo speculated, this situation will become more and more common. Because with the improvement of civilization level, the characteristics of many races will begin to show. At that time, some civilizations that were good at manufacturing would start selling weapons in large numbers. If I want to do this weapons business, I have to do it as soon as possible. Chen Mo thought, his weapons are not very versatile, and on the trading platform, newcomers will need them. The old man's words, facing the strong aliens, this kind of burning stick, is not useful. As the newcomer took his weapon, his miners, in turn, posed a competitive threat to him. This point, Chen Mo is not worried at all. He is now far ahead of the rest of the players. Also have the confidence to keep ahead. The only question is, how far ahead, can it break the record? What really has to worry about is the indigenous people and the so-called Temple of Heaven. Chen Mo has a hunch that this year's unusual competition mode will sooner or later meet this force. These are the great enemies of the entire Star Soul world. Don't look at the fact that he is now catching the natives as battery users, which is very happy. If he is caught by the other party, Chen Mo will not be much better, maybe he will be treated as a mushroom soup that can never be eaten. In short, the war between races is far more cruel than the competition between their newcomers. It's up to you to live and die, there's nothing to say. At this time, many newcomers have slowed down and are discussing the battle. The newcomer area is back to life. I'm basically finished. In the first battle, I lost more than 60% of my units. If it weren't for Chen Mo's miners, I would now stop even the most basic resource mining. You're okay. I'm almost a bear commander. Ooh, my passage has been occupied. Which eldest brother will grab me and help me get it back? Brothers, unity and cooperation is also a way. Let's unite. Long range, melee, engineers, all together, it's awesome. Don't panic. There are still 6 days left. Everyone still has a chance. Calm down, be cautious, use your wisdom, and sooner or later you will have good fruit to eat. Hey, 527, the good days are yet to come. Question mark. I suspect that you are yin and yang strange. A good day is yet to come. Directly poisoned milk. Make a hot atmosphere, cold field. Go away. Can you encourage us? Wooey, this is just the first one. When the vanguard of the natives returned, everyone knew what happened next. Just thinking about it makes my heart go cold. Of course, Chen Mo thought about it, but his heart was hot. Unlike the rest of the players, he was eager to try. As he embarks on the gene ascension path and contacts other indigenous civilizations, the opportunities far outweigh the dangers. It can even be said that the invasion test just provided him with such a place that he wanted to be safe and suitable for development. Ding. It is detected that the consciousness of the child of the world has fallen into a coma and has entered a state of extreme weakness. According to the system deduction, it is very suitable to devour genes and obtain possible evolution opportunities. A. Are you consuming the evolution potion immediately, and start swallowing? A. Start, Chen Mo ordered. The next moment, the mushroom creep surged up, wrapping the child of the world. Chen Mo also resisted the excitement in his heart and started to run the star soul at the same time. Strive for the best. This time, it may be possible to obtain a new gene. At the same time, at the entrance of Planet 14, the parasite army that covers the sky and the sun has also begun to act. Chapter 68 Light Prism Mushroom. Planetary Defense System. 4 more. Terra Planet, deep underground. There is a blue pulsing light, pulsing like a heart. Every time a pulse of blue light is sent in, you can see a circle of biological brain expansion. As a high-energy creature, the child of the world is very rich in energy. But at this moment, he has been sucked by the mushroom to the point where the lamp runs out. Ding. Your clan devoured the gene of the children of the world, and analyzed the high-energy gene. Do you want to add it to your own gene sequence? By analyzing the genes of the orcs, children of the world, your group has a very good understanding of this race and has a restraining effect, and any actions on it will have a 500% increase in the effect. It's a brand new gene. Here's a new ability. Join the sequence. Chen Mo was overjoyed and said immediately. The value of this child of the world is really great. From the macroscopic body, to the microscopic genes, to the illusory energy, they have all contributed to Chen Mo. If it weren't for the use of his consciousness, Chen Mo really wanted to give him a model worker medal. Good luck today. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. Not only will you have a windfall, but you will also grow in ability. High energy. This gene allows your race to build high energy cells, which are aggregates of cells that can stimulate laser rays containing powerful energy. The energy level is related to the level of genes and the degree of stored power, causing high temperature dissolution damage to most substances. The attack is the highest attack speed in the conventional space, the speed of light. High energy laser. Speed AA of light attack. It seems that today is really lucky enough, and it's a good start. Light speed attack. Almost impossible to dodge when unaffected by spiritual power. Because usually living things rely on the naked eye to obtain information from the outside world. The naked eye sees the information that comes with the light. Attack speed is equal to light, so what does that mean? When you see you attack, it means you have been hit. Unless you predict in advance, you cannot dodge. Just fight hard, and if you resist hard, there will always be times when you can't stand it. With a thought, a green skin that was entering Planet 14 spat out phlegm. The saliva fell on the ground and grew rapidly. It didn't take long for it to grow into a 100-meter-high mushroom tower. There is a vertical pupil magic eye on it, and the mushroom tower has evolved into a light edge mushroom. The next moment, a dazzling red light shot out from his eyes. 200 kilometers away, a bird flying in the sky turned into a roasted bird with a bang. 7% cooked. The control of energy is still poor. Chen Mo commented and looked back. With laser weapons, his planet can build a defense system. Without changing the rules of physics, laser weapons, see, attack. What you see is what you get. Who will die? Biological brain. Design a defense system covering the entire planet for me. Based on laser weapons as the primary means of attack. Make sure that you enter the planet from any position, and there will be no dead ends of the attack. Chen Mo gave the order. This weapon is not only sharp for offense, but also for defense. It is also first class. The fastest after all. As long as it is detected by Chen Mo, don't try to enter his planet. Chen Mo is ready to make Terra his home. Core lair. Since it is a nest, safety naturally comes first. This priority is even above comfort. And there are a lot of biological brains buried in the ground. A. The largest, by extracting the talents of the children of the world, has grown to the size of an entire continent. These biological brains are the material basis for the construction of the Star World. It is also the material basis of Chen Mo's command and computing power. Very important. Not long ago, the son of the world ran in and destroyed the base. He definitely didn't want to see it again. If you can, I hope to manage the planet Terra like an iron barrel. Follow your will. The biological brain responded and quickly gave a design plan. By arranging mushroom towers, a global observation network is formed. This network consists of magic eye mushrooms, light prism mushrooms, creep mushrooms, and mushroom spores that are everywhere in the air. In this way, whether it is a void creature, a hostile force, the temple of heaven, or an aboriginal spy who is preparing to sneak in through the world passage, they can all be well detected. The design can theoretically detect most civilized individuals below level 1.5. As long as it is detected, the extinction rate is 99% for civilized individuals below level 1.0, and 80% for civilized individuals at level 1.5. But we still lack some energy cores, and the number of top-level magic crystals is still short of 500. The biological brain calculation is very fast, and the required materials are listed in an instant. That's a little bit worse. Chen Mo has some regrets. This defense system has not yet been developed. Top magic crystal, which is the energy source of many high-end waste energy devices. Chen Mo was on planet 12 before, and I don't know which local tyrant newcomer got 100 of them. Of course, if he insisted on building it, it was not impossible. Chen Mo sold all his resources in exchange for 500 more top-level magic crystals. But this will obviously affect his evolutionary progress. Not worth the loss. If you evolve, you will be stronger, and if you are stronger, you will have the opportunity to obtain more top-level magic crystals. Then don't start construction. In addition, drive out all the newcomers on planet 14, and if they dare to resist, they will be ruthless, and make sure that none of them stay near the passage, and do not allow others to come close to observe. Chen Mo gave orders to the commander of the Parasite Army, Titan, through the Divine Will Network. He has big moves on planet 14 and doesn't want to be observed by too many people. Although he does not care to expose the essence of his own race. But try to be as late as possible, because if you keep one hand, there may be unexpected benefits in the future. Just like the electromagnetic weapon before, it created a possible revenue channel for him. And things like the parasitic planet are easily reminiscent of the miners he sold cheaply. It is inevitable to doubt the purpose. Although the Federation has acquiesced, as long as he is not out of line, he is absolutely fine. But the exposure of the matter, it is inevitable that the other newcomers should feel pain in their hearts. This will greatly affect his minor sales. And money cannot afford to live, but absolutely not. Brothers, Chen Mo has done something new again. The monster, Legion is gathering on planet 14. My dear, isn't this the planet where the children of the world were born? Chen Mo's army is overwhelming, and it is basically impossible to secretly operate. In fact, there are two positions in the newcomer area that all newcomers must pay attention to every once in a while. First, the child of the world gets a position. If you don't pay attention, you will die if you hit it. Second, Chen Mo's army movement. This one has a high probability of not dying, but it will bleed from the heart. Lu Fan is an example. This time, Chen Mo's army suddenly headed for the most dangerous and worthless planet 14. Aroused many people's curiosity. Why hasn't the child of the world appeared yet? Is this a sequel to what happened not long ago? I'm going. Wouldn't the child of the world have been beaten to death? Upstairs, sorrowful, if the son of the world were to die, how could their planet be so strong? That is, if he really died, Chen Mo doesn't need to send so many people here. Brothers, can you believe it? Li Hao Hao, I was hit by a roasted bird just now. Sleepwalking upstairs, I swear, really, I'm going to planet 14. A bird fell from the sky, and I'm so mature. I feel like I'm going to hit the jackpot. Wait, Mr. Chen Mo doesn't want to take over this planet, right? Have you never thought about it? Is this besieging way to save Zhao? For a time, there was a lot of discussion in the newcomer area. Some people think that Chenmo has defeated Son of the World. Of course, most people think that the two may still be at a stalemate. Chenmo sent an army to play house raiding tactics to force the children of the world to retreat. As soon as this guess came out, for a while, many newcomers thought about it. There are also many geniuses who suddenly have high fighting spirit. Some people even did not take a rest and ventured to the vicinity of Planet 14. Ambush a ring. In case the child of the world escapes with serious injuries, this is an opportunity. If Chenmo attacked in, it would be even more cool. Might be a chance to catch it. If Chenmo dies, there will be an immediate federal notice. They can run away immediately. In short, first observe from a distance, determine the situation and then act. Make sure you don't lose. Chapter 69 Erosion of Gaia Consciousness. Can you kill me? One more. Erosion of Gaia Consciousness. With a thought, Chenmo followed the knowledge given by the Federation. Activate Star Soul. This ability, for the rest of the newcomers, even if it was acquired, it would not be used for the time being. But for Chenmo, he has already gathered the Star Soul. When used, the power is multiplied. Therefore, although he did not visit Planet 14 in person, he also participated in the war. And the object of his battle is the planet consciousness. In other words, the will of all creatures on the entire Planet 14. Of course, Chenmo has the growth of the astral world, and is backed by his own planet, so his strength is not weak at all. Under his suppression, the huge parasitic army group inserted without hindrance. Silky entered the 14th planet. Even the violent storms and thunders did not descend. Originally, the will of the planet would use various means to resist frantically. Before Chenmo was on Planet 12, he encountered a lot of such things. But this time, the sky was twisted, but only a huge face appeared. All the natives looked up to the sky and could see the thick clouds twisting, with faces looming above them. This strange scene shocked everyone. Evil, evil is coming. Warriors, draw your weapons. Fight for civilization. There are native generals, not afraid at all. He has already gathered the strongest combat power on the planet, and many of them are above the 7th rank. These are the last barriers to protect the planet. However, for some reason, fear radiated from everyone's heart. It seems that the opponent is invincible. What the hell is going on with 540? I always feel that the entire steel-like army is not as courageous as before. They all do, let alone ordinary people. The ordinary army, restless, almost collapsed. The effect is good. If my star soul is stronger, just by cooperating with the parasitic spores, I can directly infect the entire planet of parasitism. If you want to come to a powerful evil god, you can mutate and pollute an entire planet just by relying on his thoughts, and the method should be similar to mine. Chenmo thought. Divine will order, clear the field. All humans, give you 3 hours to go out. Otherwise, considered hostile. The Titans stood above the heads of the flying dragons, and the sound resounded through the sky. There are too many newcomers, Chenmo will not choose to directly conflict with them. It can be exploited and domineering, but there is no need to kill them all. So doing it is completely indifferent to the strong bullying the weak, without any benefit, and laying the seeds of hatred in vain. Chenmo doesn't care about his reputation, but this tendency to be strongly hostile to all newcomers will not be welcomed anywhere. People don't offend me, I don't offend others. However, Chenmo didn't mind stepping on Chenmo's head. The only pity is that he has not found the only person who has provoked him so far. That is, the person who made an idea anonymously and attracted the son of the world to come to his world to make trouble. Although the result was good, the other party was obviously full of malice. If he finds that person, Chenmo doesn't mind shooting him to death. Watching the army of flying dragons fly fast in the sky without being struck by thunder, CICE. Titans are happy. With the suppression of the Great Master, he wanted to drive out the newcomers who were hiding inside, and it was indeed much simpler. But if the will of the planet interferes, accidents will always happen. Under various coincidences, there may be new people who are left behind unknowingly. No one can stay, not even the dead. The Titan gave another order to the greenskin on the side. Yes, all the greenskins promised with a bang, and the army marched. No one is allowed to look outside. Titan pointed to the black spot in the sky in the distance and said, "Peeps, all banished. Resistors, destroy. It's so wicked." A newcomer is looking at the entrance of Planet 14. A look of doubt. Such a huge army kept pouring in, and no battle broke out at the entrance. The indigenous people of the 14th planet are all angry. Raise your hands in surrender. Hey, it's so cruel to us, resist it anyway. It seems that those of us who can only defend and are very incompetent. A newcomer gritted his teeth. I was kicked out from Planet 14, and the equipment in the mine has not been cleaned up. Fortunately, I sealed it up in time, and it should not have been discovered by the indigenous people. Me too, but if Chenmo wins this wave, our equipment will be Chenmo's. Don't worry, the child of the world is not so easy to deal with, maybe it will close the door and beat the dog. There are only 100 planets in total that can be invaded. In the previous stage, there were not many players mining resources on Planet 14. About 1 million people. Among these people, many people have returned to their own planet. But there are also many people who have sealed their equipment in hidden mines. In previous years, everyone did this. This is a relatively common strategy. Once the limelight passes, production can be restarted as soon as possible. But this year, a monster like Chenmo appeared. The other party is not just robbing 1 or 2 newcomers. When he entered, these things without owners were all pulled away by him. Just thinking about it, many newcomers have blood in their hearts. Especially the geniuses, local tyrants, and rich second generation supported by the consortium. Their investment is the most ruthless, and at this time, the loss is even bigger. Woo. 10 million worth of equipment is inside. I've been working for Chenmo these days. Hey, who said it wasn't? You only lost equipment, forget it. Like when I ran away, not only was the equipment too late to bring, but half of the people were killed by the children of the world. Fortunately, the family has given me full support. My world tree is about to be cultivated and promoted, and 100 elves can be born at one time. FK, World Tree. Come and watch the local tyrants. Mom, elf civilization, known as the noble in the middle level civilization, known as the little angel, really beautiful, noble and elegant. Hi. The cost of training has caught up with some advanced civilization races. I heard that you need 600 top-level magic crystals to advance to the world tree, is it true? The people around watching the battle were surprised. Although this is not a high-level race, there are a steady stream of elves, and their combat power is not weak. They are especially good at planting and producing food, and they are among the top in their home planet. Green and fresh food has always been sought after by the mainstream in the mother star. Whether it is strong or not is temporary, whether it is beautiful or not, it is a matter of a lifetime. I'm an XP party, and I don't care much about racial strength. It's enough to make me a star soul powerhouse. Ahem, this brother is really cool. If I have such an opportunity, I will not envy Chenmo's army. Many newcomers have complimented, at the same time try to chat. Want to make friends. After all, World Tree is not something ordinary people can afford. The investment is huge. It's exaggerated. The young man who was praised by the newcomers waved his hand and appeared calm. At the same time, very naturally, a silver ring was shown on his hand. Glittering in the sun. I can't compare to Chenmo. Although his legion is ugly, it is awesome. My small business is just a small life. Said the young man again. Light cloud and wind. Say so, but Chenmo's face is nothing but a little, and I won't be envious. After all, in terms of beauty and comfort, he is indeed better than Chenmo. Seeing the young man's ring, everyone exclaimed again. Space ring. Puff the local tyrants. The rich man, these days, he really only envy the Mandarin ducks and not the immortals. Hearing everyone's compliments, the corners of the young man's mouth twitched slightly. There's one more thing he didn't say. That is, the current situation, but there is a share of his credit in it. What about Chenmo? I haven't arranged it yet. Yes, he's the one who came up with the idea anonymously. He was half killed by the son of the world, so naturally he had to find an opponent for him. Chenmo's ability to discuss the other party can be regarded as revenge for him. If you can kill it, then the feelings will be even better. It was his revenge. The strongest newcomer serves me, this blessing is not bad. Thinking like this, he looked at the sturdy Hulk miner next to him, and he couldn't help but smile even more. After this battle is over, see if there is a chance to enter Planet 14, pull out the equipment, add the resources in the ring, and he will be able to go back to cultivate the world tree immediately. Don't say how strong it is, at least pass the test of newcomers, condense the star soul, worry-free. A tall mushroom has grown in the distance. Mo seems to be building tower defense facilities. What is this thing? There is light flowing on it. It looks like a prism of light. Never mind. We don't get close anyway. The winged brother is flying. What can he do to us? Okay. Top magic crystal. Chen Mo was slightly stunned. Just now, a piece of information came from the star realm. The one who provides the news is just a very ordinary miner. However, he found clues to the precious top-level magic crystal. Chapter 70. There are always newcomers on the ground who dare to face the prestige of Chen Mo boss. 2 more. Inside Planet 14, the overwhelming army of parasites continued to spread. Especially the flying dragons in the air are extremely fast. While flying, it continuously sprays parasitic spores. However, Chen Mo did not immediately proceed to the next step, but gave priority to expelling the newcomers. It should take at least an hour to complete this part of the work. It will take another 10 hours or so to defeat the foundation of existence of the will of the planet. Next, is a long construction and renovation. Chen Mo thought about it. As for the top magic crystal, obviously, the other party is a family member. But this point, Chen Mo doesn't care at all. So many newcomers are watching, thinking that he really dare not do anything. He needs to kill chickens and monkeys. If the other party dares to be the first bird to die, he will kill the thing directly. But if you leave obediently, that's fine. After all, under the watchful eyes of the public, it is impossible for me to kill people and seize treasures without any reason. As if I didn't have that life. Chen Mo thought so, and began to mobilize the magic eye mushroom to keep an eye on and lock on the newcomer. At the same time, there are suitable light prism mushrooms also starting to grow. Get ready to blast gear. At that time, with a single thought, the opponent can be turned into ashes. Look everyone, a lot of people have been kicked out. It's unbelievable. Looking at this posture, Chen Mo is going to occupy it permanently. Is the child of the world severely damaged by him? It should be, yes. I think there are still a lot of green skins pulling equipment in. It should be to build large buildings and mine. 2. What about my equipment? The young man looked at the resources in the space ring and was in a good mood. Seeing Chen Mo's next move, his face suddenly turned gloomy. If he hadn't already reached the step of cultivating the world tree to advance, he would definitely not be able to afford the blood loss. It's really arrogant. If there is another child of the world born, I will bring it all to your house. HMPH. Anyway, I invented this way of trapping masters. I started this way. In the future, whenever someone is hunted down by the children of the world, I will take it from you. You're lucky this time. You didn't get killed, but you often walk by the river. How can you not get your shoes wet? Young people are very confident. Sooner or later Chen Mo wants to cry without tears. Thinking like this, he couldn't help but feel relieved. It's a pity though. If only there were 2 sons of the world back then. He instigated 2 people to run to Chen Mo at the same time. According to the current situation, almost changed the direction of the entire game this year. Thinking that he had led a trend of deceiving people, he couldn't help but feel a little proud. There is still a chance, be patient, the young man said softly. While paying attention to the newcomer area and checking the opportunities, he brought his elves and miners and prepared to go further. He didn't want to be a top bird. The monster army over there has begun to gesturing. Warn them away. On the surface of course he is far away, but not particularly far. His elf eyesight was very good, and he just took a closer look. Always feel that each other's actions are unusual. Not only him, but a newcomer with some strength basically thinks this way. Humans, one last warning, please stay away immediately and don't appear in my sight. Titan exclaimed. At the same time, he waved his hand lightly, and the 100-meter highlight prism mushroom began to charge and radiate light. FK, what is it that still glows? Magic tower. It should be something like a magic tower. Be careful, everyone should stay away. Many newcomers were afraid and kept retreating. Some people also sent the situation here to the newcomer area. For a time, this strange defense tower aroused the interest of many people. I hide in the clouds and watch. I hide and use binoculars. It can bite me, arrogant. The more you refuse, the more people will become unconvinced. At the same time, everyone was shocked. At this point in time, such a powerful weapon has actually been developed. It was rumored that Chen Mo had a secret, ancient technology weapon, but I still don't believe it, but now it seems likely to be true. Is this definitely a defensive tower? There does seem to be a high energy reaction inside. If you use this defensive channel, it might be very good. It doesn't look as good as the magic crystal cannon. It may also be the knowledge of federal rewards. Is it possible that it is the harvest of killing the son of the world? I heard that killing the son of the world can get the attention of the Federation and get a lot of extra resources. As soon as this guess came out, everyone thought it was possible. This is absolutely impossible. Only young people directly refute. The child of the world is so easy to kill. Even if you trap the child of the world, it will take a long time to kill him. His confident and affirmative words made everyone around him nod. After all, this well-informed, and so local tyrant, must have more information than them. However, a newcomer looked at his watch, smiled hesitantly, and said with a smile, "The local tyrants, it's really possible to speculate that a friend of mine has just been kicked out from Planet 14. He heard from his spy that the natives were scattered with sand, and the environment unexpectedly improved. I came out all the way, and I didn't encounter any bad luck. No bad luck. This is the best proof that planetary consciousness is dead. The children of the world might really be killed." This speculation quickly spread. How come? It's impossible. The son of the world is so strong. Chen Mo, how could luck be so good? And get federal awards? The young man was shocked when he saw the news that had spread in the newcomer area. Unlike others who are just envious and shocked, he is still very uncomfortable. Because, doesn't this mean that his previous proud behavior not only did not cause trouble to the other party, but also allowed the other party to obtain unimaginable benefits? It just looks like an idiot. At this time, he had completely forgotten about it, and it was Chen Mo's revenge. Thinking of how much you have benefited the other person. He is so miserable. Watching others make money is even more uncomfortable than seeing him lose money himself. Especially when it's still his own creation. He couldn't wait to give himself a slap. "The benefits of Chen Mo are half my credit," he said harshly. Just at this moment, dozens of red announcements suddenly appeared in the newcomer area. In an instant, dozens of newcomers died. A new child of the world has appeared. A new battle is about to begin. Ah, help, I don't want to die. Seeing this news, the young people were immediately ecstatic. The opportunity came. He thought for a while, picked up the terminal without any hesitation, and took a few photos of the giant light prism mushroom at the entrance of the passage. Without thinking, he sent messages anonymously directly. Put up the photo first. Then began to persuade kindly. "Come this way. Mr. Chen Mo has super weapons here, as well as an army of parasites, very strong. With this here, you might be able to save your life." A photos are proof, absolutely true. I can only help here, good luck. As for the distant titan's warning to him, he directly ignored it. So far away, can Chen Mo come and bite him? Even if there is an attack, he is not afraid. Overflow. Isn't the angle of this photo taken by us? Speechless. Who is forcing you to do such a detrimental thing to others? Yeah, what if the son of the world runs over here and shoots us to death? What kind of good deed is it? Stand up. As soon as the photo was released, the newcomers watching the game immediately discovered some problems. However, in this area, there are at least a few thousand newcomers. High in the sky, on the ground, on the top of the mountain, there are warriors everywhere, and it is impossible to tell who they are. Therefore, although everyone scolded, they couldn't tell who it was. Of course, everyone didn't want to spread out. It was at least 50 kilometers away from Chen Mo's weapon. This distance is far beyond the 20-kilometer range of the magic crystal cannon. And if there is a slight disturbance, run away, afraid of offending Chen Mo. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Therefore, many newcomers are still standing in place and commenting. They were even more relieved when they were sure that the child of the world would pass through on the other side. Of course, they would certainly not approve of such behavior. So they complained in the newcomer area. Ah, what kind of ancient and warm-hearted person is he? So helpful, why remain anonymous? Dogs, if I were Chen Mo, I would slap you to death. Continue to do it. Chen Mo will not be consumed by many children of the world. The brand new, public top person in the people's area, Chen Mo. Anonymous. I'm acting bravely, why are you not convinced? The strong must have the responsibility of the strong. What happened to Chen Mo? That's what he's supposed to do. He is the strongest in our newcomer area. He doesn't want to take the initiative to stand up and fight against the son of the world, and he is still timid. Such a person, now only has a few larger patterns, and will become a star soul powerhouse in the future. Will you do more shameless things that don't help the same kind? I can't even think about it. The local tyrant young man is not false at all, he just shouted, "He here." 1 output. Chen Mo. So, you did what happened last time. FK. The boss appears. The first master of the newcomer area is here. Come on, epic laning. There are always newcomers on the ground who dare to face the prestige of Chen Mo's boss. A front row sells melon seeds and peanut cola. A. Support anonymous warriors. Chen Mo, why are you pretending? You won't benefit from killing the son of the world. That's right. This is to train you. Don't know what's good or bad. Why, if you want to use power to suppress people, doesn't the newcomer area even have the most basic freedom of speech? For a while, many people secretly supported Anonymous. Even called him the secret guardian, the righteous man. At Chapter 71 Good posture, but don't do it next time. 3. See that there are people who support me. Anonymous is even more rampant. He thought about it and said directly, yes, it's me. Anonymous, not false. How can the other party tolerate him? I admit it, and by the way, I am in the newcomer area. Although some are not on the table. But at this time, the young man was already too excited. How many people can have the opportunity to line up with Chen Mo? Anyway, if it can make Chen Mo unhappy, he is very cool. The yin person behind the dark rubbing gave him the pleasure of mastering everything. In short, if you are lucky, it will be even better when the world's sun comes over. I've always said something straight. Are you Chen Mo or Lu Mo? I always say that. I don't know who I'm talking about, I'm just not happy with what you've done. You have this kung fu threat to intimidate me, why don't you think about it, wait for the enemy on your back. I don't know if the child of the world was killed by you, or was it controlled by you. What about another one? Young people want to continue to say something. Suddenly, a photo was sent to the newcomer area. The photo is very clear. It's a man raising his watch and taking a picture. The person who sent the photo. It was Chen Mo. In the photo, it is the young man himself. Then, another one. Even his anonymous face-to-face, the smile, 553, on his face, was photographed. For a time, the young man was horrified. He raised his head sharply, but did not find any candid shots. And according to the shooting angle of the other party, there is only a mushroom tower like a black dot in the distance. Very far away. This kind of observation ability is not unusual. The only thing that made him wonder was how the other party was sure it was his. The real identity was discovered by Chen Mo. He was extremely alarmed. Very likely, will be killed. This is not a joke, the other party is not good. For a time, cold sweat broke out on his forehead. At the same time, he immediately drew his weapon and looked around vigilantly. So far, he doesn't need to be afraid of Chen Mo right away. However, these people around, I am afraid they are willing to sneak attack and take his head to please. Even if you hold him for a while, when Chen Mo arrives, he will be finished. The people around are looking at the newcomer area, and naturally they know this. The people on the side turned their heads and found that the keyboard warrior was beside them, and suddenly exclaimed in fright. Quickly back away some distance. As soon as he moved, the newcomers around him also discovered it and were surprised. Good guy, it's you. Brilliant, bro. Continue to laning, I support you. If you don't run away, people will come and chop you down the network cable. It's not a big deal for people to watch the fun. However, it is still a little pity, because this local tyrant's strength is not bad. It seems that the other party will get away. The young man himself thought so even though he was very nervous, anyone who was targeted by Chen Mo, thinking about the monster army, would panic. But fortunately, life is safe for now. Humph. What about exposure? What can he do to me? Young people will naturally not lose face. Sneer directly. At this moment, he also wanted to understand that he could leave calmly. Be careful in the follow-up, the big deal is not to develop first. Don't be found by Chen Mo, and your life will be worry-free. Thinking of this, while preparing to leave, he said in the newcomer area. Chen Mo, I did this for the sake of the newcomers. What kind of hatred do you have? Just come to me, don't embarrass the newcomer who asks you for help. Brothers, I'll leave first. He is also a bachelor, and directly said that he was going to run away. Having said that, he also picked up the watch, pointed at the camera, raised his fingers above his head, waved, and took a dashing selfie of Zhang Baibai. Send. Even if his face is ripped apart, he doesn't care to be more arrogant. Ah, I want to see Chen Mo's frantic expression. The other party must be crazy, right? Chen Mo, the pose is good, don't do it next time. This message appeared in the newcomer area. Young people. Doubt flashed in his mind. I don't understand why Chen Mo said that. However, next moment, he felt the whole world light up, full of red light. A beam of red light suddenly brightened and shot out from the light prism mushroom far away. For a time, the entire sky dimmed for a moment. As if only that little red glow was left. The laser beam, which is only the thickness of a thumb, has experienced air refraction along the way, and when it is in front of the young man, it has expanded to a thickness of 5 meters. The giant laser beam was like a locomotive, rubbing the ground and going all the way. A trench several meters deep was drawn on the ground, and then directly penetrated the entire body of the young man. And it just didn't cover his waving fingers. A soft sound. In an instant, the terrifying high temperature evaporated the young man directly, leaving no ashes. All of his body components exploded into high-temperature plasma, turned into rays of light, flames, and floated in the air. Of course, strictly speaking, young people still left their mark. On the mountain behind him, on the hard rock wall, a distorted human-shaped black shadow was projected. The shadow is formed because the human body blocks energy, and everything around is vitrified. The energy of the laser was exhausted, but the terrifying temperature still directly vitrified the surrounding quartzite. That is, the stone is directly skipped the melting step and burned into a glass state. This situation generally only occurs in the center of the nuclear explosion. Hee. The space ring that survived on the finger fell. It hit the vitrified trench with a crisp sound. Only then did the people around them gradually regain their senses. FK. Everyone was horrified. I can only say these 2 words to express the shock in my heart. Such arrogant and domineering attacks only exist in their imaginations. But this moment, I saw it with my own eyes. A skilled keyboard warrior was directly beaten to ashes with a single blow. Only on the mountain behind, leaving a shadow. The shadow twisted, like a wailing soul before dying. I can't believe it, it's like a hallucination. But the scarlet dazzling red light still left an afterimage in everyone's eyes. Chi-Chi's high-temperature sound, steaming white smoke, red glass, and hot magma also reminded everyone present. All this is true. That's scary. Ooh, Chen Mo, we didn't participate. For a time, everyone present was trembling. Far away. Joke. At this moment, no one feels safe. No need for Chen Mo to speak. Everyone is as fast as possible, away from here. You killed the newcomer Luan. The opponent's planet is currently in an unknown state. You can go to capture it. Your actions will be made public. Please pay attention to the follow-up impact. Quote. A federal proclamation is coming. Chen Mo flipped through the federal similar announcements. Accidentally discovered, he is not outstanding. In this one, he didn't break any records. Before him, more than 100 killing announcements had been made. There was a guy who used robbery and extortion as his main method, and killed 3 newcomers. The newcomers fought with each other before, although it was not particularly fierce, but with so many people, fighting and killing is very common. There are some perverts. Of course, this time with him is definitely the most shocking. There are 600 top-level magic crystals in the ring, as well as a large number of ordinary magic crystals, 1 ton of titanium alloy, and some strange seeds. Except for the top-level magic crystals, whose prices fluctuate greatly and are difficult to measure, the cumulative value of the rest of the items is about 500 million. Of course, the space ring itself is also very valuable. A flying dragon came back with a ring in his mouth. Chen Mo opened up and took stock of the equipment that the clown exploded. The harvest is not small. These unexpected resources have accelerated the speed of Chen Mo's gene evolution. The current resources have been accumulated by 50%. Although he needs more and more resources to evolve his genes, the number of people rushing to deliver vegetables is also increasing. Silver Star Ring. Space Ring, works of the Black Soul Consortium. Producer. Star God Lu Bo, Samsung Craftsman. Effect. There is 100 cubic storage space inside, and 5 fire attacks 8th order damage are attached at the same time. A very nice ring, custom made from Star God. It's a pity that this thing doesn't work for me. Chen Mo has the proof of conquest, this space is too small. And the appearance is flashy, a pompous wind. The accompanying attack method is refreshing. But the problem is, when Chen Mo has to use this attack method, he can basically sit and wait to die. The weak are unnecessary, the strong are useless. After thinking about it, Chen Mo directly opened the trading platform. Hang the ring on it. A methoda. Auction. A timer. 5 hours. Tradable items are money, equivalent high-energy minerals, high-level magic crystals are preferred. In addition to the ring, Chenmo also took care of the business of the trading platform. At the same time, a lot of new mining equipment was put on the shelves. These were obtained from planets 12 and 14. After doing this, Chenmo opened the newcomer area. See where the child of the world is. As a result, very few people talked about the son of the world, and it is said that they lost it. So everyone is talking about the anonymous person who provoked him just now. What's going on? What's the situation at the scene? Why hasn't anyone responded to the news? Curious. Didn't many brothers say they were there? What's the matter? The anonymous hero, Chenmo, the crowd who eat melons on the spot, disappeared together. It was announced just now that the big boss Chenmo killed a person. Will it be anonymous? That should be. This guy is very arrogant, but how did he die? His position should be absolutely safe, right? I saw his last photos and speeches, and he should be leaving. Then what does Mr. Chenmo mean when he says his posture is good? Let him not be too arrogant. Pay attention next time. It means taking a step back. To be honest, Chenmo is really soft. Scared, shameful hiding. Phew. I finally returned to my own planet. Let me talk about the scene. Forget it. I won't talk about it. I have some current videos. Brothers, watch it yourself. I uploaded it. In addition, I did not shoot these videos. I also found them on the internet. As for the authenticity, I can't guarantee it. The other party sent a bunch of disclaimers. But the more curious people are. Why did the people who ate melons run away, and they kept it a secret, as if it was a big deal? Isn't it just an online scolding war that finally leads to offline touches? However, wait until the video is opened. Everyone was silent. Chapter 72 Luo Bing has the consciousness to scream. Chenmo's special post. 4 more. Chenmo is really stronger again. Luo Bing couldn't help muttering after watching the video. Compared with the shock of the crowd, she had already done it a long time ago, and consciously put on a good posture. Have the, you make me scream, mentality. But Chenmo still broke her imagination. Every time, it is breaking the limit. This kind of weapon, even if it can only be used once a day, is a power beyond my reach. At least I have to go to level 1.1 civilization before I can spend a lot of money to create similar magical weapons. But after I do it, I have no spare energy to do anything else. Chenmo is in full bloom and has everything. What is his level of civilization? I always feel that he has gathered a star soul. Luo Bing was very curious. Want to find out. If it was before, she would definitely be reserved and polite. But now, her image of a girl who is pure and clean is basically nothing in front of Chenmo. She knew there was, but what has been shown a few times by mistake is, not at all. Streaking state. At first, she tried to save her collapsed character, but after being moped by Chenmo several times in a row, she gave up treatment. Chenmo, you can think what you like, at least I don't have to be too shocked by his news like other players. Luo Bing sighed and comforted himself. Compared with other people, she should know Chenmo best. But she did not reveal the news of Chenmo like the rest. When someone asked, she was also 29 and said she didn't know. Too many people want to know about Chenmo from her. Even now, as long as the watch terminal suddenly buzzed with messages, Luo Bing knew that Chenmo must have done something else. On the contrary, it was her iceberg goddess, whose popularity dropped a lot. Far less discussed than Chenmo. Occasionally, someone mentions her, and she is also labeled as Chenmo's only friend. Even the popularity of this nickname surpasses that of the iceberg goddess. Although she doesn't like either. However, relatively speaking, sticking with Chenmo made her feel more embarrassed and angry. She never thought about relying on others to grow her face. In the future, at least let others say that Chenmo is my only friend. Luo Bing gritted his teeth angrily. She has to be on top. Anyway, she decided to develop patience these days. Waiting for the opportunity, it must surprise everyone. Good guy, it turns out that the attention Chenmo said is such a method of attention. Luan, brothers, this is my first time as a human being, and I have no experience. I will be reincarnated as a human being in my next life, so be careful. Mom, has the soul hit him on the stone? Chenmo, what kind of attack is this? Big brother, it's too scary. Everyone digested the information revealed in the video, and for a time, the entire newcomer area exploded. This kind of attack is not worth mentioning in the old man. But among the newcomers, it is absolutely unimaginable. For a time, the topic of Chen Mo became an absolute hotspot in the newcomer area. Chen Mo, does the boss have a way of making advanced weapons? Kneeling and begging to sell weapons. Is this the reward for the first place in the Federation? Or is it the reward for killing the son of the world? Does Chen Mo have the technique of Shadow Avatar? He was hit by a direct hit before, and it's completely fine. Come on, Chen Mo even came out with this kind of super weapon, and it's a bit of a joke from dozens of kilometers away. Yeah, the Federation rewards this kind of knowledge, and it makes the opponent stand up. How does this FCK play? I haven't seen the opponent yet. With a slap, I was directly photographed by a shadow stone. You can quit if you don't play. Yeah, quit, don't argue. How tired, just go back and lie down. You don't have to worry about the affairs of the superior, I'll be the boss, then you can come to my planet to work. My planet only accepts girls, hee hee. The layout upstairs is small, it's different like me, anyone under the age of 30 will do, hee hee. Can you stop being lewd? Just like you are thinking about the life of a person with a strong star soul. Have you bought the equipment of Chen Mo? Have you been mining today? 10 points. By the way, is Chen Mo's weapon really that powerful? Can it continue to attack, or is it like a magic crystal cannon that needs to be held for a long time? Whoever tries it will know. There is a passage on the 14th planet. As soon as these words came out, no one answered. Although everyone is very confused about the specific performance of this weapon. After all, it's just a shot and can't explain too many problems. A lot of magic weapons that hold the ultimate move can also be done, and even more exaggerated. Forbidden spell level attacks can now be arranged by many newcomers. Level 1.0 civilization has touched the extraordinary primary stage, which is not difficult. For a weapon, its power is not enough, but its practicality and energy consumption. It cannot be ruled out that Chen Mo kills and bluffs others deliberately. But although everyone thinks so, Chen Mo is too strong. And it is not generally strong, and everyone has a feeling of looking up. So even if you have doubts, don't dare to take risks. At present, in this situation, only fools will hit the muzzle of the gun. The last provocateur, the equipment that exploded is still hanging on the trading platform. Hey, Mr. Chen Mo is so awesome, if he takes a fancy to a planet next time, wouldn't it be? A newcomer said. In fact, many people have thought of this. When this was said, there was another discussion. Obviously, Chen Mo, a rookie, has already affected the performance of many people. It can even decide whether a newcomer will be accidentally eliminated. It was not killed by the natives, but the result was just because Chen Mo took a fancy to a planet, and then the unlucky baby didn't run in time and was crushed. Just thinking about it makes many people sweat on their foreheads. Cold sweat. The pressure Chen Mo put on them is too much. Which ball do you like next time, Mr. Chen Mo? Let me know, I'll be a little more sloppy consciously. Yeah, I'm ready to transfer the industry now, and go directly to the poorest planet, so as not to crash with Chen Mo boss. Adhere to, stay, the second stage is only 5 days, and it is not necessarily possible to meet. Goddess Luo Bing seems to be attacking planet 69, I decided to try my luck there, Chen Mo will definitely not rob her. Yes, just stare at the angel. Also keep an eye on the monster army. We, dedicated to create a, Chen Mo sharing post. Whoever has Chen Mo's intelligence, update it in it as soon as possible. Everyone pays attention to this post, so that we can prevent accidents in advance. There are also players who are capable of attacking everywhere, and they actually discuss it seriously. How to avoid bumping into Chen Mo. This kind of scene, in the former newcomer area, is simply unimaginable. At this time, Chen Mo has been raised to a position slightly higher than the son of the world. After all, only he has personal information posts. Of course, there are also some ambitious geniuses who see this as an opportunity. An opportunity to win over a lot of strong people. After all, the people who can participate in the establishment of Chen Mo share post, are all those who still have the energy to fight. This group of people, not to mention the top class in the newcomer area, are also the ones who have a higher probability of passing the test. It is likely to be a future star soul powerhouse. Humph. Chen Mo has influenced so many future powerhouses, and he doesn't think about the consequences. That is, forget it, don't talk about it, offend people, let's chat privately in the post. Luo Bing naturally also saw the news of the establishment of this post. She applied to join. It was then dismissed by the administrator. This made her very angry. Damn it, I've been sidelined. Luo Bing is speechless. She has been labeled as Chen Mo. Everyone discussed the establishment of Chen Mo's special attention post, and Chen Mo naturally saw it. But he didn't care. I just think these people are boring. With the kung fu of forming gangs to build relationships, isn't it good to work hard to become stronger? But if you think about it carefully, you can understand it. After all, their efforts may not be rewarded. Sometimes the harder you work, the more you lose money. Only he is different. He has a deduction evolution system. Although he is taking a new path, he is very confident and knows that there must be a path ahead, and as he becomes stronger, this evolutionary path will become wider and wider. His exclusive race has unlimited potential 553. The goal of a god-level civilization must be realized. Check out the trading platform. At this time, the auction data of the Silver Star ring he hung up kept beating. For almost a second, change a bit. Be wary, there are a lot of people promoting Chen Mo's threat. But that doesn't stop them from increasing their prices. Even, the more propaganda Chen Mo is powerful and threatening, the higher the auction price. Such a good thing with a strong guarantee is the most popular. And let Chen Mo be publicized out of the circle. Many elderly people buy this ring. They are really rich, the real main consumer. This year's newcomer area is really brave. First, there are a lot of high-purity magic crystals for sale, and now there are space rings. Good guy, I'm not dazzled. Are you sure this is something that the newcomer area can sell? Now Chen Mo dares to sell space rings. I can't even think about what he will sell in the next stage. This is definitely the most expensive thing ever sold in a newcomer area, right? The unit price starts at 300 million. Can I use knowledge as a deduction? Money is a little tight. This kind of good thing, although the newcomer is discouraged, but soon, it is suppressed by the old man. These, star souls, powerhouses all operate their own civilizations and planets. Obviously can afford the higher price. Chen Mo saw someone say that. With a move in your heart, prepare to write in the transaction column, and additionally note the conditions that you can trade with other rare resources. It's a pity that no one mentioned the exchange of ancient technological relics, or some strange races or high-level magic crystals. Otherwise, he will directly chat with each other directly. These are ready-made good things that work for him. Just when Chen Mo finished modifying the remarks, there is an emergency message coming through the astral world. For general information, both the Titan and the bio-brain will process it. But if there is something important, Chen Mo will be notified directly. Master, our planet number 14 was attacked, and the light prism mushrooms at the entrance were all destroyed. It's not clear who the enemy is. The other party uses extraordinary power, and the energy level is expected to be at the 9th level, or even higher. Chapter 73. Want to be more useful to the master. Flying dragon rides the face. One more, please subscribe. Higher. That might be some kind of magic weapon or a legendary powerhouse. Could it be the newly born child of the world? Chen Mo immediately opened the newcomer area. I looked through the post of the child of the world. The number of results is small. The acting style of this child of the world is completely different from the previous one. Chen Mo immediately rummaged through the Federal Death Bulletin again. During this half hour, no newcomer died. Elimination has continued, but the data is not unusual. In other words, what is the son of this world doing? Master, I have been analyzing the child of the world. According to the information collected from the biological brain, the last place the other party appeared was on the way to planet 18. Quote, there are many strong men on that planet, and there is a strong tendency to give birth to children of the world. But after the conflict between you, Master, and that rude newcomer, the child of the world disappeared. A soft and sweet voice sounded in Chen Mo's ear. It's the little fox girl. Her consciousness stays in the astral world. In it, she can talk to Chen Mo anytime. And in this world, she can exist in human form. For these two reasons, she gradually became an internet-addicted girl. However, being in the astral network for a long time has given her time to consult various materials and learn to improve. Chen Mo also let her try to analyze and organize some things by the way. Is it to train a secretary from an early age? An orphan lowly is a secretary, which is a bit strange to say. But it is definitely better than recruiting one person from outside. At least absolute loyalty, there is no confidentiality problem. As the stall got bigger and bigger, Chen Mo couldn't be busy by himself. In short, he definitely didn't want to handle the lock by himself. The secretary has something to do. Finding a competent secretary is a good choice. So, speaking of which, this matter has something to do with me. Chenmo felt that what happened just now was probably caused by the child of the world. I just don't know why the other party didn't rush to brush people's heads and ran to him to make trouble. This behavior is actually quite unreasonable. After all, the condition given by the Federation is to eliminate a sufficient number of newcomers. Even if Chenmo is worth 10, it is not worth it. After realizing that Chenmo is not easy to mess with, he should go to the soft persimmon immediately. But to be honest, Chenmo doesn't think that these natives can survive if they eliminate themselves. After all, you eliminated the top geniuses in the Federation. Can the Commonwealth make you better? Maybe the promises of those incentives will only be partially fulfilled, or they may simply lie to the natives. Quote. Chenmo said. Of course, Chenmo did not object to this behavior of the Star Soul world. After all, there is no trust between races. These natives are so desperate, nothing more than the power of the Federation is too strong. They had to ask for a silver lining. Nor does it rule out the possibility of being a star creature. This planet is on the edge of the competition area, and it is normal for things from outside to come in. After all, without the will of the planet to suppress, the minerals on the planet are very attractive to them. The little fox girl analyzed it carefully. Chenmo glanced at the little fox girl in surprise. She has a strong learning and analysis ability. I have learned so much in just a few days. It can also be used freely. This is common sense for any newcomer. But you must know that the little fox girl was born only a few days ago with the wisdom comparable to human beings. Calling dad seems to be the day before yesterday. Although there are biological brains that can be asked, this speed of learning and analyzing intelligence is also considered to be the top among humans. Star creatures have this possibility. But when they break into the planet, they usually eat and drink. Holding the 0 yuan purchase mentality of getting a ticket and leaving quickly. Generally not thinking about specifically angering planet owners. Not to mention attacking defenses. They are cosmic creatures in nature, and they will not have the idea of occupying the planet. Generally, planets with more high-energy matter will have more dealings with cosmic creatures. Then what do you think we should do next? Chenmo was involuntarily interested and asked casually. The little fox girl's little fingers are cute little by the lips. She thought hard. We just continue to occupy the planet according to the plan, and when the infected spores spread all over the planet, we should be able to find the other party's traces, and by then, the master has also rebuilt the planet's consciousness, and it should be easy to find the other party. Okay, just do as you say. Chenmo smiled and added. In addition, send a legion to planet 34. Whether it is the son of the world, who copied the other party's hometown, will naturally know. It doesn't matter if the other party hides, but if you can run, the monk can't run away from the temple. There's really no need to look for it. Just let the other party come out honestly. He is not like the rest of the rookies, he can only passively defend. The number of his legions is terrifying, and the maintenance is simple, which is about equal to free. Every time you go to a planet, the number of parasite legions grows by hundreds of millions. Chenmo can maximize multi-line combat. There is no worry about one or the other at all. If the other party is really going to do some conspiracy, it will be useless in the face of absolute power. Late. Follow the master's order. After listening to Chenmo's words, the little fox girl stuck out her tongue playfully. She was very clear in her heart that her plan was sloppy. The addition of the master at the back is the real plan. But Chenmo didn't blame her. Master, if my thoughts are wrong and I do something wrong in the future, please punish me directly. There is no need to encourage me. I am not a child anymore. I can accept any punishment. The little fox girl mustered up her courage and suggested seriously. She knew that Chenmo kept her as a pet in the first place. There is nothing to be ashamed of. She felt extremely proud to be touched and raised by her master. She is the luckiest creature on this planet. There is no doubt about this. But the little fox girl has wisdom, she grows up slowly, and also has a little bit of her own, a little wish. I want to be more useful to the master. If the master is useful to me, please use me hard. She said it sincerely. Want to be more useful to the owner. Not just like before, it will only be cute and make a rattling sound. Good, but you still need to learn more now, and you need to evolve another round. Chenmo agreed. Also make their own demands. The other party was unwilling to be a pet, and Chenmo didn't mind giving him a chance. He also had the idea of cultivating each other. When he goes one step further on the gene ascension path, he can also give the other a body. But whether it works or not, it's not something he can train and cultivate. In the end, it depends on the little fox girl herself, whether she can grasp it or not. While communicating with the little fox girl, Chenmo was cautious and instructed the Titan who was commanding on the front line. Have him redeploy the prism mushroom. The number is 5 times that of the previous one. Simultaneously dispatch flying dragons to probe the clouds across the planet, as well as disperse infected spores used to detect objects. Chenmo is on the planet Li Wanghao and has a lot of equipment. Once destroyed, it is at least hundreds of millions of losses. The most important thing is that a destructive individual hiding here will delay his progress in transforming the entire planet. It would be great if there were enough top-level magic crystals, and a defense system could also be built on Planet 14, so that there would be no problem of being harassed. Chenmo thought. Of course, his priority is the evolution of the exclusive race. This guy who is suspected to be the child of the world is a good target. The other party automatically came to the door. The parasite army moves very quickly, especially the air force composed of pure flying dragons. Flying dragon riding face number 34 planet channel. Ready to output. But in the next moment, the entire planet 34 thundered suddenly. Countless native armies began to gather. A strong ray of light came from the entrance of the passage, and it was countless magic crystal cannons that flew out. The intruder is coming. All ready. Defend the planet to the death. Looking at this big scene, Chenmo raised his brows. The other party seems to be ready. Chapter 74 Tall and Hard. Planetary Defense System. 2 more. The entire planetary passage vibrated. The splashing energy made the entire channel bright and unable to open my eyes. Plasma, fire, siege crossbow, wind blade. Waves of different attacks poured down from Planet 34 like rain. A newcomer passes by, seeing the situation here from a distance. This time Chenmo's regiment did not issue an expulsion order. So after hesitating, he was still watching the battle nearby. I want to learn a little bit of the army combat experience of the big guy. Long knowledge might be useful in the future. Just at this moment, a magic crystal cannon passed through the passage and landed more than 600 meters away from him. The next moment, the sun rose. A dazzling light filled the line of sight. When he regained his vision, he suddenly cried. His clothes are on fire. There are subordinates who are a little closer, and they are directly half familiar. The magic crystal cannon is terrifyingly powerful. This shot made him, who was watching and eating melons, directly have his strength. Blood luck. Woo. I just passed by. It's a fairy fight. He was a disaster. The newcomer didn't dare to look at it anymore, hurriedly packed up the corpse, and ran away. At the same time, he had an intuitive understanding of the monster army that was attacking like this in front of him and was still attacking. At the same time, as soon as the Legion moved, there were many people in the Chenmo observation post, and they updated Chenmo's news one after another. The top 1 million newcomers on the list, except for Luo Bing and a few geniuses who go their own way, are almost all in this post bar. Wang Yifeng and Lu Fan were naturally there. Actually, they are one of the administrators. So soon, through this post, Chenmo's movement spread to the whole newcomer group. Newbie, come on, attack Planet 34. Boss Chenmo is really tough. Whichever planet is awesome, he will fight whichever one. Mr. Chenmo's tactics are also very good. You can see the 567 fighting style of this row of monsters. It feels very good. Tall and hard. Have you heard? That planet is the mother planet of the newly born child of the world. Mr. Chenmo is probably forcing the other party to appear. Chenmo is not going to suffer at the hands of the other party, right? Must be. Someone saw the strange weapon at the entrance of Planet 14, and it was directly raised. Hey, what's the trick? What else? A 10-kilometer-long lava lake is much more powerful than that light prism tower. This terrifying power shocked everyone. However, they were fortunate that they were not targeted by that monster. Chenmo can still top it. If they meet, it will be cold. Many people have made up their minds that they must act carefully, especially to defend their own planet. The newcomer who first got the news was the one who was hunted down by the children of the world, and when he ran to Chenmo's army, the children of the world let him go. Chenmo, good guy, maybe the tentacles secretly helped the lucky guy. Someone secretly complimented Chenmo. Of course, this is all said in the post bar. And this post has been pinned. For a time, many newcomers understood in seconds. This can't help but make people think, maybe in the future. There was a lot of discussion in the newcomer area, and the battle on Planet 34 became more and more intense. Flying Dragon is very fast. The passage is only a short 1 or 2 kilometers. Therefore, even if there is a mountain of swords and a sea of AA fire, the balance of war is still tilted towards the Parasite Legion. Especially after the dragon blood and corpse fell into Planet 34. After 10 minutes, one of the natives who wielded a weapon began to vomit and then became infected. Then quickly, the second. In an idealistic civilization, the individuals in it are always the majority of ordinary individuals. On the defensive side, there are naturally many ordinary individuals who operate various magical weapons. They are infected with parasitic spores that begin to spread in the air. Soon, more and more weapons were left unmanned. The huge magic cannon became a decoration. As soon as the firepower decreased, a large number of flying dragons rushed over like a tide. Smash everything. These monsters will be infected with mutations. The purification team will come up quickly. Withstand. The Mage Core, the magic circle is activated, ready to launch. Raise the protective barrier quickly. Some commanders shouted anxiously, constantly issuing various orders. But the next moment, no one answered him. When he looks back, in the mage position, there are not many living people. The ground is already covered with mushrooms, and many are still spewing venom. There were chirps everywhere. The entire magic energy array is dim, and many places are corroded and damaged. When the commander lost his mind, he was also bombarded by the electromagnetic cannon from the sky, and it was directly blown away. The entire indigenous defense line was quickly disintegrated. In terms of firepower alone, they are much stronger than the parasitic body army that cannot be deployed. But when the first drop of the dragon's blood splashed into the indigenous positions, the battle was actually over. Under the cover of the Purification Corps organized by several powerful Ninth Order mages, some of the remaining natives began to slowly retreat. There is a defensive fortress under construction in the back. There are also a large number of natives who came out to support. At the same time, the thunder in the sky became more and more intense. A large number of flying dragons, were struck by lightning. For the time being, the parasite army stopped the attack. Immediately began to spread out the growing spray mushrooms. The spewed spores began to follow the wind and spread across the planet. This trick Chenmo has used too many times. Familiar with the road. But this time, the wind has changed. Winds from all directions are blowing towards the entrance of the planet. With the help of the planet's will, the child of the world has changed the direction of the wind. This hinders Chenmo from infecting the planet. But it's just a hindrance. As long as one mushroom spore survives, the infection will not stop. The next step is to fight the son of the world. Chenmo has been observing the battlefield situation. He is very satisfied with Filong's performance. Able to resist. The ability to spread infection is very strong. The only thing that caused him trouble was the purification spell, and the giant magic weapon in the beginning. These two supernatural powers can kill invading infected spores on a large scale. However, the number of indigenous people who can master this high-end energy use method, CJCE, is very small. After all, no race has a universal doctor. The magic cannon has more disadvantages. As long as it is a weapon, it must be operated by a human, and there will be shortcomings. And as evolution continues, mushroom growth genes will get stronger and stronger. Even gradually touch the transcendent. At that time, ordinary purification will not have any effect. Even pure energy supply will not cause harm to Chenmo. If the mushroom's devouring ability is strong enough. In this battle, the natives dropped a lot of weapons. And all of them are heavy city defense weapons. There are hundreds of giant magic cannons alone. This kind of magic weapon can cover a range of 500 meters with one shot, and its power is very terrifying. The body of flesh and blood can't bear it at all. If it is wiped, it will turn into ashes, and the fragile creatures will be blinded even if they only see the flash from a distance. Basically the same power as a small nuclear bomb. The only downsides are, it is bulky and consumes a lot of energy. Once deployed on the battlefield, it is basically impossible to maneuver, and a high-purity magic crystal needs to be consumed for one shot. Of course, if you are willing to spend money and use top-level magic crystals, the performance will be much better. However, top-level magic crystals can only be produced on planets with higher energy levels. Indigenous people can't have it. However, open the magic crystal cannon. Some of the giant magic crystal cannons were filled with top-level magic crystals. Did you get it through the Temple of Heaven before? It seems that the natives of this planet have good methods. Chen Mo couldn't help but be surprised. This is a windfall. At the same time, does this mean that this planet has some good things that were originally low-energy civilization planets that shouldn't exist? With these 20 top-level magic crystals, plus the ones that exploded before, I have enough top-level magic crystals on hand, and I even have a small extra for reserve. Selling these defensive weapons again will take me a big step closer to the resources needed to upgrade my genes again. Chen Mo's heart moved, and he immediately ordered the top magic crystal to be transported back. Planetary Defense System, start construction. Looking forward to the finished result. Once it's confirmed that Terra is safe enough, I can begin building the planet to the greatest extent possible. You don't have to be afraid of the child of the world to make trouble, you can simply block the passage of the planet. Chen Mo is getting impatient with being constantly harassed by the son of the world. This time, the son of the world went to the 14th planet. He himself was not there. If he came to Terra, his planet would definitely have more craters. This is still the best case. If the other party tried his best to blow himself up, it would not be impossible for him to sink an entire continent. Although he has mastered the knowledge of transforming the planet, you can slowly modify the terrain and consume resources to increase various buildings. But it all takes energy and time. Regarding the attack on the children of the world, this is not Chen Mo's misgivings. The child of the world looking for trouble with him is a high probability event in the next few days. And maybe even one more. Why? Because of someone who was atomized by him, he got off to a good start. Everyone in the newcomer area knows, don't panic when you meet the son of the world, run to the planet where Chen Mo is before you die, you may save your life. Although Chen Mo has used the thunder method, but people's hearts, Chen Mo is very clear. Someone must do it, or even do it on purpose. For the child of the world, it is basically impossible to destroy this kind of power beyond the normal. So building a defense system and blocking the channel is the best. When the planetary defense system is arranged, his greatest danger, even if lifted. In the next few days, absolute safety can be ensured. If at that time, someone led the child of the world to his planet, he'll be mad, laugh to death. No need to worry about not being able to find enough genes for extraordinary creatures. The person in the Chen Mo observation post is like working for him. At that time, the child of the world will face a light prism mushroom array composed of 500 top-level magic crystals. That scene must be very interesting. A top-level magic crystal can support a giant magic cannon and launch 10 attacks. Each attack is equivalent to a small nuclear bomb. Within 500 meters, the ash annihilates. The defense system of this planet constructed by Chen Mo is powered by 500 top-level magic crystals. Their energy can be concentrated arbitrarily or transferred to the light prism mushrooms in the system through the huge creep network. Chapter 75 Battleship of the Temple of Heaven. Additional rewards. 3 more. If this defense system is built, it will be very powerful, but like most giant magic weapons, it cannot move. If you want to say that you can use this thing to kill the son of the flexible world, you are talking in your sleep. Besides, the children of the world are not street goods, there is at most one per planet. Chen Mo commented on this. I laughed myself. Because of the special, at present, this is really possible. This is thanks to some kind people in Chen Mo's observation post. They tirelessly helped Chen Mo. It made me want to hire a navy to hack myself. Chen Mo couldn't help but smile. After arranging the construction plan for the little fox girl and the biological brain, Chen Mo opened the trading platform. Take a look when you have nothing to do, it has become Chen Mo's habit. After all, this is the most important source of funds. Contribution points can only be obtained by taking the goods that are traded to the parent star. No matter how much resources you fish on the indigenous planet, if you don't trade them, the value will be greatly reduced. It is equivalent to losing the function of adding points. However, Chen Mo is currently sitting on the number 1 throne, so he doesn't want to sell many resources. Instead, keep it for yourself, or wait for price fluctuations. Opportunity to sell when prices rise. Because the Star Soul world is always at war with the Starry Sky race. There are also more gossip about the recent battle with the Temple of Heaven. Chen Mo heard from Muyao that many of the Star Soul powerhouses on the mother planet had left after resting. Maybe a war is about to break out. At that time, the price of resources may rise again. Looking at the trading column, the best sellers are magic crystals. Contrary to Chen Mo's expectations, some of the indigenous equipment, especially the defensive magic weapons, were unexpectedly good sellers. It just so happened that Chen Mo got a lot of this weapon. All available. Only newcomers at this stage will need such bulky equipment. After passing through the defensive channel for the past few days, it will not be used. In addition, Chen Mo's Silver Star Ring is still up for auction. Bidding is currently fierce. Although there is no such thing as the beginning, the bidding is jumping once a second, but the value of each bidding is very huge. Obviously, some of the remaining buyers are bound to win. Currently in a fierce game. The current auction price is around 300 million. There are also people who provide the equivalent knowledge and top magic crystals. This is a bit higher than what Chen Mo expected. I guess it's because the ring is custom made. Chen Mo didn't think much about it, and looked at the newcomer area again. Regarding his topic, it is extremely hot here. The discussion this time is, what is Chen Mo's strength? This battle on Planet 34 will end in victory. At the same time, driven by many well-wishers, many people asked Chen Mo to take the initiative to announce the action plan. Because of his actions, he has been able to influence many people. The matter about Chen Mo's follow-up posts has also spread widely. Even, whether or not to join this post bar has actually become a serious strength. Only the top 1 million people in the newcomer area list are eligible to join. This has caused many people to ridicule this post, that some people are forming gangs. But this does not prevent many people from feeling superior. Some people even look for teammates, and they just look for them in the post bar. Because they think they are all elites. There are several administrators in this post bar, and if there is a small group in it, then I can't be hard on me. Hey, I just hope that they can unite a little bit and find the child of the world for me. It's really not good, and other types of natives are also fine. The spies of the natives have also figured out the situation. They should send out the main force. Come on. When the time comes, how many children of the world will be born? It is very good that these people can bring half of the children of the world to me under the pursuit of the army. Chen Mo said. This is his sincerity, not arrogance. He is very clear that these people are tied together, and they are not his opponents at present. And after he built the defense system, one child of the world comes, and one dies. Discover the child of the world. Suddenly, news came from the biological brain. Chen Mo immediately turned his eyes and came to Planet 14. I haven't had time to take a closer look. Boom. The next moment, his sight was full of fire. Chen Mo calmly turned his eyes and switched to another mushroom tower. I saw that the original place had turned into a lava lake. The child of the world is standing and high in the sky. The expression is very provocative. Go to the area where Chen Mo is, and point again. In an instant, the whole ground boiled. The next moment, it was a sea of magma again. At the same time, the entire sky darkened. The sun is gone. A huge sharp sword slowly fell from the sky. The whole atmosphere is stirred up. This giant sword, no, it's a battleship. A huge magical warship. Most of it still stays in outer space, and it only penetrates part of the sword tip, which makes the situation turbulent. Yo, the tip of the sword did not hit the ground, but the huge gravitational force directly pulled and shattered the ground. Gravitational tides. Great tracts of land rise. Below the tip of the sword, a large area of more than 100 kilometers was directly torn apart, and a deep pit appeared, and a small amount of magma was spewed out. This planet is a solid iron ball, so this move doesn't do much damage to the planet. Chen Mo immediately understood what the son of the world wanted to do. Sure enough, the next moment, the child of the world smiled at Chen Mo's side. Seeing that this trick didn't work, he flew up unhappily and flew towards the magic energy spaceship. Intricate energy runes on the massive ship light up. Next moment, the spaceship began to leave. People from the Temple of Heaven can actually come here. This is something I didn't expect. It seems that in this battle, we are not without success. Chen Mo observed the battleship, and the child of the world standing with the tip of the sword. Feeling a little pity, the meat to the mouth was actually robbed. The child of the world also looked in Chen Mo's direction. Chen Mo could feel that the other party was carefully remembering the characteristics of his consciousness fluctuations. He had a hunch that he might meet again next time. At that time, it is the hatred of genocide. Never die. Whether it is a genius or a related household, you can actually let the Temple of Heaven take risks to meet you. Announcement. There are forces in the Temple of Heaven, and Planet 14 is attacked. Please stay on your own planet for the time being for newcomers. 0. Chenmo does not need to report. The federal response is extremely fast. However, the opponent came prepared, and the planet was originally at the very edge of the competition area, so it immediately disappeared into the dark universe. I think this is also the reason why the son of the world chose this planet. He didn't come to fight Chenmo, he just wanted to run away from the beginning. He knew there was a dead end. However, as the child of the world and the mother star to cut, he must pay a very terrifying price. But it's definitely better than dead. Look at the newcomer area, everyone has received the announcement. At this time, the whole newcomer district was in a turmoil. I'm going. What's the situation? The Tianshan temple called. Cardiopulmonary arrest. I was almost scared to death. Planet 14. Isn't it the planet Chenmo entered? Thank you Chenmo for kicking me out, it saved my life. Facing the Temple of Heaven, is Chenmo's army okay? I have a hunch that this game is not ordinary, the difficulty is too high. Yeah, we were almost playing on the edge of a war zone. Be careful. According to the time, the natives are almost ready for an all-out attack. While everyone was talking about it, another announcement appeared. Announcement. Due to anomalous broadcast message interference, all native planets have learned the truth of the extermination order, i.e., will be exterminated by the Federation regardless of success or failure. Therefore, the Federation can no longer reasonably regulate the war attitude of the natives, and the difficulty of the game is directly increased to the maximum. Between this, the reward value of all newcomers is doubled. The top 1,000 people in this stage will receive additional rewards. The first place will also receive the only special reward. You are the new force of the Star Soul world. Please work hard, a brand new world is waiting for you. May the Star Soul never die. Achieve the position of the Supreme Star God. You. Chapter 76. The only reward. The possibility of world authority. 4 more. This abnormal broadcast message should be released by the Temple of Heaven. But to say that the Federation was completely unaware of it in advance, it feels unlikely. Is there any other way? The game has reached this stage, and it is already very difficult. But for me, there are only advantages and no disadvantages. Chenmo carefully analyzed the content of the announcement. Originally, he was slightly unhappy because he ran away with the fat in his mouth, and he couldn't help but rejoice. He doesn't need to take extra risk, but the benefits increase out of thin air. The natives are desperate, and more children of the world will be born. For Chenmo, this is simply the best gene acquisition target at this stage. First place, there are additional special rewards. Only 570s, A. Last time was the proof of conquest, what will it be this time? Chenmo couldn't help but look forward to it. And last time it was just the Federation's special attention reward. Speaking of strength, it's not as good as this time. This time it's an announcement. Among the 10 million people, the top one will be rewarded. The whole world will know. This is not just a reward, it is the only honor. Only one person gets this title every year. And such a genius is almost certain to be promoted to Star God. Going a step further, you can even get elected as an MP. Be concerned by the laws of the world and gain some authority in the Star Soul world. Of course, only part of it, because the Star Soul world is too powerful. At present, no one Star God has ever obtained more than 5% authority. In short, because of the difficulty and the unprecedented rewards. The result this time is definitely not only a sensation in the newcomer area. The first place will be out of the circle. Officially entered the site of the Star Soul powerhouse. It will also be attracted by countless major forces, or inquire about news. As long as the first person wants to, he can join almost any force or organization. Unlike Chenmo who thinks it is good news. As soon as the announcement came out, the entire newcomer area exploded. It was already very difficult. It is already one of the most difficult competitions in the past years. The elimination rate is as high as 70%. There is no transition yet, the direct difficulty is raised again. A lot of people just collapsed in situ. Feel despair. Crying. What about the Federation playing with me? FK. Lousy doesn't play anymore. Also said Go Yigo, this wave must not be washed away by the natives. Sincerely, it's over, the natives know that they have to die no matter whether they win or lose, it must be a bloody battle to the death. Blood battles don't matter, the problem is that under such circumstances, it is easy to give birth to the son of the world who saves the world. I managed to make up for the lost population, and I also purchased some magical weapons. I thought about defending a wave of passages. How can I hold it? The most difficult thing is that those of us who could have been able to defend, originally the natives would pick people to attack, but now it's better. I will definitely not consider the difficulty level. I'm under a lot of pressure. Yoo-hoo, I am miserable. I put the money invested mining. Wave of thinking about the top adventure. Money begets money, more resources when the time. This is just great. The money was gone, also fighting not so fast. I'm cold. I estimate that the current elimination rate must be 80%, right? Hey, 80% of the newcomers are going to be cold. I guess I'm one of them. This is too difficult. Is there any significance for selection? Yeah, people can do anything in a hurry, but condensing the star soul really can't be done. Many people complained and felt pain and despair in their hearts. I thought that with the federal resource reward, everyone was gearing up. Unexpectedly, the result is that the difficulty suddenly increases. It was originally a situation that would only appear on the last day of the test, but it appeared in advance. This hit a lot of people off guard, especially those who decide to invest first and develop later. This wave can be said to be directly sentenced to death with reprieve. Don't complain. The Federation doesn't raise waste, and if you want to become a Star Soul powerhouse, this difficulty is really nothing. The one upstairs has become the master's perspective so quickly. Is this difficult? Except for the local tyrants and Chen Mo, no one dares to say that. Envy Chen Mo, the billionaire army bodyguard. Although the wave just now must have suffered heavy losses, it will never be eliminated. By the way, Chen Mo's weapon, do you really not plan to sell it? Such a good opportunity. Damn it, look at the trading house. Mr. Chen Mo has an online magic weapon. Hee. The smart people have already bought it. Don't you know that paying attention to Chen Mo is the king's way? Chen Mo didn't know yet, but this wave of increased difficulty suddenly accelerated the speed at which he sold indigenous equipment. And many people began to look forward to it, his secret weapon. This weapon has been circulating in the newcomer area for a long time. Can shoot explosive projectiles, an amazing weapon that anyone can use. Today, under the prestige of Chen Mo killing the son of World 2.4, it is even more enviable. Many people say that it is useless, but they silently prepare a sum of money. Always follow Chen Mo. If it hangs out, get out now. At this time, Chen Mo was paying attention to the war on Planet 34. The planet's son of the world ran away, and he just accelerated to take it. Before, he just suspected that this planet had a close relationship with the Temple of Heaven. It's now a stone hammer. The odds of something good going on here have gone up dramatically. The 20 top magic crystals before were just appetizers. And how did the child of the world cut off the connection with the will of the planet? Chen Mo is very interested in this knowledge. Chapter 77, The Source of Evil. Emperor Engine. One more. Planet 34 is a rocky planet. Ocean covers half of it. On the remaining half of the land, there are cities. Looking from the air, it can be found that there is already a fairly unified civilization here. Ruled by an empire, the population of the capital has reached an astonishing 300 million. The incomparably tall city walls, the airships densely covered in the sky, and the mage towers straight into the sky. It looks amazing. But at this time, the atmosphere here is extremely tense, and the airport is extremely depressed. Because the news that the world is about to be destroyed has come from the front line. The invaders from other worlds have broken through the strongest line of defense. It was built with the power of the world, with the help of the children of the world. Of course, everyone now knows that they have all become abandoned children of the world. They were betrayed. Because of this, the parasite army hardly encountered any decent resistance. On the verge of the city. We surrender. Don't kill us. We are willing to be your slave race. We, trolls, have high-level intelligence and are born warriors. A powerful mage stood on the city wall and shouted to the outside. Even, actively extinguished all magic weapons. This race is a natural warrior, each with infinite strength, with a strong physique, at least 29 grids above 2 meters, and a strong recovery ability. But because of the betrayal of the children of the world, their collective will was severely damaged. Many people have lost confidence. No matter how powerful a fighter loses his fighting spirit, defeat is just around the corner. Your attitude is meaningless. The fate of this planet depends only on the divine will. Offer your loyalty, give your flesh and blood, join the glorious evolution, and integrate into the big family of the astral world. Whispers echoed over the city. The sound was like thunder, resounding in everyone's heart. It was a flying dragon that was over 20 meters in size. As a commander, he never forgets to spread the truth of the divine will. The creep on the ground swept over like a wave. The divine will needs servants. But good combat, wisdom and the like are by no means a selling point worth boasting about. These indigenous people simply do not understand that the so-called force is not worth mentioning in the face of the divine will. Join glorious evolution. Power is at your fingertips. I fought with you, brothers of the whole family. We have no way out. Kill. The indigenous people were shocked and angry when they saw the mycelium that spread over and climbed on the ground. The other side will not accept surrender. Absolute loyalty is worth boasting about. You dwarf ants have no loyalty at all. The flying dragon commander roared indifferently. Next moment, his gigantic stature slammed down. A loud bang. The natives around were shaken into flesh. But the mighty troll leader still stands. Greedy otherworldly bastards, do you really think we'll surrender? Just stalling for time. Our troll family has never succumbed even in the face of the temple of heaven, let alone the minions of you foreign evil gods. The troll family will never be slaves. Even if we die, we will bite off a piece of your flesh. Clansmen, let the enemy destroy with us. He roared and swung the double-edged battle axe and rushed over. Ninth order strength. Let his swinging axe make a terrifying screeching, sonic boom. Top hit. However, the next moment, the battle axe in his hand was blasted out. Even the hand holding the battle axe was interrupted. Inside the dragon's tail, lightning flashed. Next moment, and the violent thunder and lightning rushed out. With a squeak, the dazzling thunder and lightning ripped through the air and hit the troll leader directly. The other party trembled all over and knelt down slowly. Nostrils, mouth, there are black smoke coming out. The trolls around him were shot and turned into coke. No, it's impossible. No magic fluctuations. You are just a BD, how can you use the power of thunder? The troll's eyes widened in disbelief. It turned out that when the sentinel mentioned it, he only thought it was an exaggeration of the strength of the enemy. But I didn't expect it to be true. Subspecies dragon should not have such great power. Although this subspecies dragon is amazing, its appearance is even more breathtaking. But blood, talent, how can you easily break through? And there is no sign. He didn't feel the prelude to casting the spell, nor did he feel even a little high-energy reaction. Everything happens in an instant. Even the thunder penalty in the sky has to brew dark clouds. Because the Lord holds the truth, and the truth has infinite power. A faint blue lightning flashed from the dragon's tail again. Truth. Joke. It's just some kind of deceitful technology. Your power is all illusory, only magic can be truly eternal. The temple of heaven will avenge me. This body of mine, you can't get it. You don't want to get everything in this city. The troll leader's face was pale, but he still sneered. The next moment, there is a powerful energy level reaction, which begins to brew. Under the city, the power of terror is rising. The other party is so greedy. Then the jade will burn. This 1,000-year-old city and the 1,000-year-old civilization's essence will be destroyed together with its last creator. He was satisfied to be able to pull such a group of powerful invaders. The only pity is that the so-called divine will, the leader of the invaders, never appeared. Let's die together. Drag these dragons to hell together. Ha ha ha. It's worth it. All the troll warriors hide in madness. They've been waiting until what's going to happen next. Carefree. Even for a while, their combat power has greatly increased. Trolls are not afraid to fight. The more mad, the stronger the combat power. Come on, let's feel what is called power and what is called truth. Ha 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 ha. Magic engine. Emperor-like power. It's a pity I'll never see it again. The troll leader laughed wildly and looked at the flying dragon beside him. He wants to watch the other party be blown to ashes. However, ha 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 ha, ha, his ha ha AA was getting smaller and smaller. Correspondingly, the energy response of the underground climbing gradually weakens. Until there is no movement. Or, it turned into a weird hissing sound, like something huge, spreading through the ground. For a time, the whole scene was awkward. All the troll warriors were at a loss and stopped attacking. No futs the matter. Nothing can stop the 570. The furious energy has begun to ignite. The troll leader frantically opened the ground, and saw the basement of the palace, an incomparably huge magical device. But the core has been bleak. Looking around. Countless creepy creeps. Every time the core moves, these creeps grow like crazy. It looks so wicked, as if the core became the source of evil. It is also parasitic infection. Every time the source of evil advances, endless mycelium spreads out. Mycelium twisted and penetrated deep into the ground like tentacles. The entire continent is being penetrated, and infected by this terrifying monster. It is alive, powered by their proud magic device. This did not destroy the opponent, but increased the opponent's strength. No, it's impossible. Realizing this, the troll leader couldn't accept it. Howling wildly, the other party actually manipulated their creation. This is the knowledge bestowed by the Temple of Heaven. Your so-called power, so-called magic energy, is only a small branch of the great truth. The ant, destroy it. Phylong said calmly. Next moment, the source of evil injected powerful energy, directly blasting the troll leader into blood flowers. Ding! You have controlled a mysterious magic device through parasitic initial infection. The device is in a very unstable state. Every minute, it will cause energy overflow damage to your creep. Ding! The system detects the appropriate evolutionary conditions, consumes a lot of evolutionary medicine, and integrates the magic energy device, or can evolve a magic energy heart. Do you choose to evolve? Chapter 78 Windfall. The Righteous Chen Mo. 2 more. The secret weapon that perished in the end was easily diffused. The shock brought by this is no less than the betrayal of the child of the world. In an instant, the entire imperial capital was broken. Many natives stood there dumbfounded, not knowing what to do. He was obviously ready to die, but now, even death is not allowed. Death is just the beginning of new life, join the glorious evolution. The sound echoed over the entire continent. Under the double offensive of incomplete, magic heart, and infection. The last resistance of the entire planet 34 was quickly disintegrated. Chen Mo gained a lot from this battle. All the creatures of the entire planet are included in the link range of the divine will. The collective will, once again grows. The color of the star soul imprint deepened again. Absolutely great harvest. Congratulations on your outstanding contribution to the star soul world. By the attention of your federation, the law of the world has cast an eye on you. Chen Mo feels the inexplicable power and is one step closer to himself. Even the proof of conquest on his fingers glowed with soft white light. It's the vibe of the world. The law of the world really paid attention. Because of his continuous conquest of planets, he brought more living beings and substances into the system of the star soul world. The world law's attention to him naturally increased. Of course, just a very faint, almost imperceptible trace. But a good start. As long as he conquers more worlds in the follow-up, he can get more attention from the laws of the world until he achieves a god-level civilization, or as a candidate for counselor. In addition to this most important harvest for the future. Also harvested a lot of magic crystals that are urgently needed at the moment. Among them are 10 top-level magic crystals, as well as various city defense weapons that are currently very popular on the market. Chen Mo's experience also rose sharply. The genetic data of the entire planet 34 is very valuable. Especially troll genes. At the same time, this time Phylong has also experienced a lot of battles, and the opponent is not weak. So Chen Mo gained a lot of combat data. These precious data are stored in the astral world. All the flying dragons hatched later will be used. When the battle is over, all the dragons stand on standby. At the same time, a large number of trolls were infected and transformed into an army of parasites. This is also an advantage of Chen Mo. When the Legion captures a planet, there is no need to move the troops around, just start organizing production on the spot. Just like this, the trolls who were just shouting and killing, holding various weapons, will all set up mining equipment and engage in production. This scene was seen by the rest of the newcomers, and their eyes were about to fall. Every time they go to war, they lose manpower. Chen Mo is a new addition. In addition to Planet 34, Planet 14, 12 and Terra are all engaged in construction. Especially near the passage of the planet, a large number of light prism mushrooms have been erected. The ground is covered with mushroom creep. This is to deal with the next shock. Estimating the time, the natives should have assembled their troops and are dispatching in full force. A strong impact that may appear to any newcomer. Chen Mo arranged the production arrangement of each planet, and set his sights on the underground of the troll capital. There, a rhythmic source of evil radiates strong energy. Extremely unstable. If it is an ordinary creature, just getting close, it will be hydrolyzed because of the powerful energy. It is really hydrolysis. DNA starts to break at the genetic level, and all cells start to disintegrate from the inside. In the end it turned into a puddle of liquid. It looks like it has received the most intense radiation. Under such radiation, it is not easy to draw energy. There are even a lot of creeps that were fine 1 second, but exploded the next moment. However, Chen Mo's exclusive race is not good at defense itself. Growing and devouring are what it does best. So while the energy-draining creeps exploded, the juices splashed. But then, there are more creeps growing, taking over the parts that are no longer good. Large pieces of energy, due to nowhere to be released, the creep kept bulging up and collapsed. Sometimes electrical energy has to be converted into high-energy radiation. It made the whole scene look weird. Like a terrifying aggregate that keeps expanding, growing and decaying. It's almost like a magic version of a fusion reactor. Chen Mo's body was not on the scene, but he could feel the strong radiation energy just by observing it through the magic eye. It burns itself all the time, sending out a lot of energy around it. If the parasitic control of this waste energy device is loosened, after a few seconds, the entire imperial capital will be bathed in a ray of light, permanently wiped from the planet. Even, the terrifying power of the explosion will cause the entire planetary continental plate to shift by almost 0.1 centimeters. Ding. The system detects suitable evolution conditions for deduction, consumes a lot of evolution potions, fuses the magic energy device, or evolves the magic energy heart. Do you choose to evolve? On planet Terra, in a comfortable castle, Chen Mo smiled when he saw this evolution reminder. This strange magical device is definitely knowledge from the Temple of Heaven. In terms of magic energy technology, this force did not expect to be surprisingly good at attainments. Of course, Chen Mo does not know the specific technical details. There is no need to know. Evolve your parasitic ability and you're done. The stronger the ability, the more objects he can parasitic control. Whether it's mechanical or magical. Even the big sword-shaped magic energy spaceship before is not incapable of parasitism. If his parasitic gene had gone through ascension, the previous child of the world would not be able to escape at all. Directly through the planetary consciousness of Planet 34, you can directly infect all individuals who are connected with it. Of course, to reach this point, there is still a long way to go. Down to earth. Thinking of this, Chen Mo looked at the choice given by the deduction system and prepared to order. But I see the words that consume a lot of evolutionary potions. A little hesitation again. Chen Mo currently has a lot of resources accumulated, but it has to be mainly used to evolve genes. If there is a conflict with this, it should be carefully considered. This is the first thing to guarantee. And in the next battle, there may be a fleeting opportunity for evolution. If there are not enough resources, if you don't grasp the opportunity, you will lose a lot if you don't. Sufficient resources must be prepared in advance to deduce evolutionary resources at a time. Cope with unexpected situations. System, how long can this magic energy device maintain its evolutionary state? Chen Mo asked. Back to the host, the magic device has been parasitized and is currently in a dangerous state of explosive balance, but in this stable state on the verge of losing control, it is impossible to add magic crystals. It is estimated that the current energy of the magic device will be exhausted in 30 minutes. That means I have half an hour to make a decision. Chen Mo understood. Half an hour later, the magic device was extinguished, and this evolutionary condition disappeared. The whole unit would also burn out and Chen Mo would not be able to start again. This opportunity is also a pity to miss. As long as the evolution is successful, there will be no need to worry about energy output for a long time to come. The planetary defense system he built can also greatly increase its power. Don't worry, there is still half an hour to see if there is a certain opportunity to make a fortune. The natives should be here soon, and maybe they will unite. Chen Mo thought about it and opened the newcomer area. Now should be a good time to sell weapons. If you get a batch, then don't worry, just do it all. However, when he opened the newcomer area, Chen Mo was surprised to find that many newcomers did not plan to buy equipment at all. Instead, they are still selling all their belongings. As a result, the price of weapons has not only not risen, but has a downward trend. They chose to lie flat and quit the test early. Scared, because waiting for the fierce battle to break out, the natives who rushed over with the mentality of perishing together were terrifying. If you don't hold back, you may not have time to open the portal. The best time to escape will be missed. It takes about 5 seconds for the portal to open. No interruptions are allowed during this period. This time, for the natives who generally have extraordinary power, is not too short. Especially when being targeted by the children of the world. Don't say 5 seconds. If you can react, it is very good. Thinking about it carefully, Chenmo can also understand. After all, no matter how you want to become a human being, you have to have a life. It is understandable that these people have retreated and dare not take their lives to fight. In addition to this completely angry player, there are many players who are angry, but not all. They opt for a more compromised approach. That is to give up the defense of the planet Passage and take all his men to fight gorillas. Specifically, some people go to other planets, unite and defend one planet first. Some are relying on their familiarity with the terrain to hide in secret bases built in advance on their planet. These bases are hidden, some inside the mountains, some simply in the deep sea. Chenmo took a closer look and found that more and more newcomers chose this method. There are powerful newcomers, who also advertise, and have conditions to give shelter to the rest. The weak depend on the strong, and this moment begins to manifest. Chenmo glanced at the trading platform. This kind of protection is actually priced clearly. Powerful new people realize that this is an opportunity. You can squeeze the rest of the newcomers. Of course, the children of the world are still afraid. But at least with enough firepower, they can buy time to escape. It's not like the average player is powerless to fight back. So in a short period of time, the newcomer area was swiped by this kind of transaction. The demand is great and hot. Many newcomers simply packed up their weapons and went to the powerful newcomers collectively. This allows the rapid concentration of waste energy weapons on certain planets. No one needs to buy weapons anymore. At the same time, many planets have become unguarded. Pipe! Exclamation mark. Don't gather all of you. You will be served by the children of the world like this. I'm not accepting people anymore. Which idiot comes again? I'll shoot right away. Half of the planet is empty, and the other half of the planet will have to suffer double the attack. Some smart people realized that something was wrong, and they were angry. All planets are left behind to fight gorillas. This can hold back a large number of indigenous people. Don't be too selfish, brothers. Everyone is for me, and I am for everyone. There are also people who come up with ideas to solve the problem. That's it. The top 1 million strong players will take in 10 players per person. Whoever does not take in them will be the enemy of the top 10 strong players in our rookie list. Wang Yifeng spoke directly. This time, the other geniuses who were always against him didn't object. Because, it's good for them. Chenmo was angry when he saw this. Why, my first place is a decoration. Directly represented by Wang Yifeng. Of course, the name doesn't matter. What makes him most uncomfortable is that these people are clearly exploiting ordinary newcomers. One man exploits 10. Experts like Wang Yifeng. Even one person, Li Jiaojiao, gathered thousands of newcomers. It's not free, it's a lot of money. He couldn't watch it. It's time to come out and preside over justice. Chenmo. Wait, let me be fair. Brothers, why don't you all gather together? Imagine if geniuses occupy 1 million planets, and we are 8 million ordinary people on one planet. The probability of us being attacked by the children of the world is only 1 in 8 million. Steady. Win. In this case, I recommend coming to Planet 14. Everyone will come to this concentration. I guarantee my credit, and I will not refuse. Everyone, just give me 10,000 yuan tickets. As soon as this crazy idea came out, the whole newcomer area is stupid. Lu Fan is in love, and can he still play like this? Wang Yifeng even cried directly and slapped himself directly. I'm the idiot. I was so quick just now that I dared to represent Chenmo. At this time, he had already had a psychological shadow. As long as you talk to the other party by yourself, there will be nothing good. This is definitely just the beginning. The other party will not be so kind. It just so happened that his 2 confidants, who were beside him, saw the situation in the newcomer area. Disgust. Why does one only charge 10,000? Is Chenmo a good person? Good shit. It's been a few days, and the newlyweds have become poor ghosts. They've been drained, and the debts are owed 10 years later. Where will the money come from? Whose money does Chenmo make? When the two said this, they suddenly realized that something was wrong. He looked at his boss awkwardly. Wang Yifeng was startled when he heard this, and wrapped his wallet in horror. He had a feeling of suffocation. Chapter 79. 8 million warriors. 10,000 per person. Part of the strength exposed. 3 more. This kind of thing that calls everyone to one planet. The rest of the newcomers even said it didn't work either. Because it is too easy to be provoked, the differentiation and disintegration. It's like the union must have scabs. Not to mention anything else, as long as the top 100, they all promise benefits, and then they also protect the newcomers. It can break the trust between the newcomers. No one can have absolute strength to convince newcomers that they can be protected on a planet. The appeal is not enough, and the strength is not allowed. But there are always exceptions. Chen Mo can. He is like a big boss among the newcomers. Stronger than the average rookie. One person adds up to smash the existence of millions of new people. The record is available. Therefore, Chen Mo's words are very convincing. Moreover, although Chen Mo is known as a profiteer, he never took the initiative to rely on the deal he made. Believe it. As a result, many ordinary newcomers went crazy. FK, I'll move now. Thank you, Mr. Chen Mo. From today, Chen Mo is my dad. Father. The newcomers are taking action. Target, Planet 14. Everyone felt that when they got here, they were safe and protected by the big army of Chen Mo. And even if not, 8 million warriors gathered together, and the ordinary natives came, they are completely true. What they lack is a commander with prestige and convincing. As long as Chen Mo is in command, everyone will be able to guard the passage. Then the funniest scenes will appear. Those who are eliminated at the beginning will be more powerful newcomers. Countless ordinary newcomers are excited when they think of this. At this moment, Chen Mo is regarded as father. Of course, Chen Mo didn't take his son's hobby, and his daughter was about the same. And he didn't say that he wanted to help the newcomers regain the channel. 577 When the time comes, these newcomers will have to figure out their own way. Exactly, Chen Mo cites a million-head rookie geniuses. These are the people in the Chen Mo observation post. Their basic family has a little money, and many of them have good strength. But at this moment, it was used as an example. Immediately stunned. Doesn't this mean directly and plainly telling them that each of you should share 8 to 9 times more pressure on average? Who can stand this? A lot of people can't beat it at all. And the chances of them being killed by the children of the world have also greatly increased. To understand this, how could they? Immediately, someone came out against it. No, absolutely not. Chen Mo's Planet 14, wasn't it just attacked? Don't forget about this. Someone hit the nail on the head and directly said one of the most doubtful issues. Many newcomers who have already set off suddenly hesitated. Yes, not long ago the federal announcement was made. It was Planet 14 that was attacked by the Temple of Heaven. At that time, many people speculated that Chen Mo's army there was completely wiped out. There are too many things behind, and everyone will not eat this melon. Now someone mentions. For a time, everyone became suspicious. Chen Mo fooled you all. When people are under the eaves, they may be squeezed. In general, theoretically, indeed. The battleship in the Temple of Heaven is not a vegetarian. If Chen Mo's army there is 100% finished, there should be 80 to 90% loss. Maybe the crust has been pierced there, and the magma is everywhere. Come over here, are you ready to take a bath? However, these arguments are self-defeating when newcomers go to take pictures on the spot. Too many newbies. Some of them are fast and close, and they have already reached the 14th planet. There is a CJCE quiet here. Although many areas are not open to newcomers, there is no monster army. But the large tracts of light-edge mushrooms are thick, large, and long. It makes me feel so safe. This is the guarantee of defense. After all, as early as yesterday, the power of this thing has been widely circulated in the newcomer area. With the help of quite a few taps, Chen Mo didn't need any explanation. The newcomer runs wildly to Planet 14. Doing so, does harm to others. Everyone, don't listen to this person, this is Tuo. 100%, yes. Everyone pay attention to the movements of Goddess Luo Bing. As Chen Mo's only friend, she didn't even go. Don't go, everyone, it's a trap. Luo Bing originally had the mentality of eating melons, but when he saw this, he was speechless. Sure enough, as long as Chen Mo does something big, it will come to me. But she wasn't angry. Got used to it. I just don't know, if there is a child of the world breaking into it in the future, it will be a pot. What should Chen Mo do? Isn't it shameful? Many people have complained about Chen Mo. But no matter how you say it, no ordinary newcomer listens at all. The situation got worse. All the weaker newcomers are still concentrating with the thoughts of dying friends and immortality. They realize, concentrate on a planet, gamble, and have an advantage. Even if the strong forces forced the left behind to fight guerrillas, it was perfunctory. After all, the people left behind are likely to be killed. It's all a loss. Why should we distract the natives? Attack. Yeah, the trap was also trapped by Chen Mo alone. It's not better than taking turns with you all. Yes, and we have a high probability of saving our lives. 10,000 yuan to buy a chance to not be eliminated within 2 days, earn blood. Yeah, if you can't buy it, you can't be deceived, and you can't be fooled by it. As for how to retake the channel in the future, we will talk about it later. Soon, there were as many as 1 million new people on Planet 14. Very lively. As Chen Mo said, he opened up. Nothing was blocked. These ordinary people really don't have much money to make. For so long, what he has earned is basically the money of the old man, the genius, and the local tyrant. Whoever has money earns it. At present, the richest person is the son of the consortium. They don't have much money themselves, but the consortium behind them has money. And now, with the top cylinder, the newcomers who share the pressure all disappear. Now, the pressure is on them. The aboriginal apportionment on each person's head is 7 or 8 times more out of thin air. How can this common man stand it? What to do then? Strengthen your defense. This thought flashed through the minds of countless people. Everyone opens the trading platform. Chen Mo's weapon was also placed in time. Tailored to the current situation. The most suitable magic weapon for newcomers to use on defense. The power is huge, and the price is also heart-wrenching. The first million newcomers, can you go to Chen Mo? No, it's not that Chen Mo doesn't want to accept it, but that he can't accept it. Not to mention whether he can resist the attack of nearly 100 civilizations in the follow-up. Merely messing with the rules of the game is not very appropriate. These latter players, this time through the crisis, will be eliminated within a few days. Most of them simply do not have the strength to regain the channel. 1 day earlier, 1 day later. Chen Mo also used them quickly while they were still valuable. But for the top 1 million players, it's different. There are many talented people out there. It can condense star souls, and even star gods will appear in the future. They need to be tested by blood and fire. Ordinary newcomers, the ticket price is 10,000 yuan, which adds up to 800 million yuan. Not to mention the value Chen Mo extracted from the rest of the newcomers. In short, in this wave, the weapons cannot be sold, and there is no market. What should I do? Raise the difficulty and create demand. Good guy, a giant magic crystal cannon that can use top magic crystals. This should be the creation of Planet 34. As expected of Chen Mo, he can capture the opponent without the magic crystal cannon being damaged. Mom, for the price, I'd rather go shopping with the natives. The price is sky high. But it doesn't matter, it has nothing to do with us ordinary people, this is a special weapon for local tyrants. Chen Mo glanced at the order situation in the trading backend, and didn't pay any attention. In short, soon, he will scrape together enough money to buy 2 cents of resources. One is used to evolve the magic heart, and one is used to wait for the upcoming opportunity. If that's the case, it's time to start evolving. Magic heart, activate. Chen Mo's thoughts moved. The next moment on Planet 34, there is a ray of light that skyrockets. Then gradually disappeared. The rays of light converge, have a powerful force, and are bred. Feeling this surging power, Chen Mo is full of joy. Although not yet conceived. However, even now, after the calculation of the biological brain, it has been able to support the work of 100 prismatic mushrooms at the same time. If their energy circuits are connected, they attack the same target together. If the child of the world is not prepared, or is led into a specific shooting range area by me, I can be sure to kill with 1 hit. Chen Mo carefully analyzed. He has been in contact with 3 children of the world, so he has a certain understanding of the strength of the legendary powerhouse. I can't say with 100% certainty, but the probability is very high. Chen Mo was very surprised by this unexpected conclusion. That is, next, he needs to consider how to let as many children of the world as possible, in batches, come to his planet's defense system. Then snap. Explosive equipment. Even from them, there is no chance to find an evolutionary opportunity to collect a unique child of the world gene. It's a good deal too. After all, a world can only produce one. And it is unique in the whole universe. This wave of opportunities to wholesale the children of the world is lost if you miss it. If you think of a way, you can get one without losing money, and get 2 bloody profits. Even if the opponent's strength was wrongly estimated and the magic heart was destroyed by the opponent, it would not be a loss. This thing, once Chen Mo evolves successfully, it can continue to hatch and grow in the future. Chen Mo realizes that things have changed. This is definitely an opportunity. Thinking of this, he turned on his watch again and said in the newcomer area, "Whoever helps me lure the son of the world to planet passage 34 can invite me to dinner and have the opportunity to add me as a friend." Yes, you're not mistaken. Yes, you can invite Chen Mo to dinner. And have the opportunity to add friends. It sounds incredible. Ordinary people say this, and everyone will only send 2 words. Fool. But Chen Mo said this, and the newcomer area boiled directly. The 1 million newcomers who were hostile to Chen Mo. It was delicious on the spot. In short, as long as anyone can know the location of the son of the world and help Chen Mo seduce, there will be rewards. Chen Mo holds the record for the strongest rookie area in history. It's definitely not a loss to be able to add his friends. At the same time, the news also implied another shocking message. That is, Chen Mo is sure to defeat the son of the world. Chapter 80. The newcomer area is boiling. Become a support group. 4 more. Chen Mo wants to take the initiative to be tough with the son of the world. He can defeat the son of the world. The crowd gradually reminisced. For a time, the newcomer area was boiling. The newcomer, who was still hesitant, ran to Chen Mo's asylum. 10,000 yuan, it will guarantee your life for 2 days. Many people speculated before that Chen Mo was so strong that he could kill the son of the world head on. Or at least, there is a way. But there were no on-site witnesses, so there is no way to confirm. Now, the equivalent of Chen Mo officially admitted himself. Many people were immediately dumbfounded. The last shred of fantasy was shattered. That is to say, Chen Mo can be tough enough. Destiny is a fart. Chen Mo is invincible in the world. You sycophants. Laozi already said that Chen Mo can defeat the son of the world 2 days ago. The link to the post is here. Mrs. Chen Mo is strong. I originally fantasized about being able to surpass it, but I was strongly inserted by Mr. Chen Mo, breaking my fantasy. Quack, it's so uncomfortable. Is this the real strength of number 1 in the rookie district? Anyway, if Chen Mo can kill the son of the world, then we will all benefit and the pressure will be greatly reduced. Yeah, just because of this, I have to buy some weapons to support it. I'm more and more curious about what kind of army Chen Mo is. He doesn't seem to be walking on the path of idealism. One day I discovered something strange. Because of Chen Mo's legion characteristics, it is already obvious. Kind of retro. No wonder it is so strong. Is it the exclusive training path of some top civilization? Yes, this is the reason why Chen Mo is far ahead and hangs us. In the newcomer area, all praise Chen Mo. After all, as soon as his specific strength came out, everyone was stunned. But they don't know, this is only part of Chen Mo's strength. What should I do about how to seduce the son of the world? I really want to be a friend of Chen Mo's boss. Yeah, and being able to have dinner with Mr. Chen Mo, it's awesome to think about it. I'll give you a summary. If you want to be a friend of Chen Mo's boss, you must have the ability to pull the child of the world at the limit of adventure, and you have to risk your life. How much sincerity and boldness do you have to show? Hey, it's obvious, can't you see it? Becoming a friend of Chen Mo's boss is as hard as the sky, and it's less likely than being pressed by a goddess and feeding you grapes. Then here comes the question, Goddess Luo Bing, how did you add friends? Anyway, I want to try. My class can fly very fast, and I have a life-saving skill. I don't have any skills, but I am willing to give it a try. In order to be able to sit with Chen Mo, I fought hard. Chen Mo's friend, this is very valuable and worth a fight. The newcomer area, for a while, was all about how to add Chen Mo as a friend. An old man came to see. Suddenly stunned. Have all the newcomers now evolved to such an extent? For a time, the things here were publicized, and Chen Mo attracted the curiosity of many old people. Who is it that makes millions of men and women keep thinking about them and want to be friends? As soon as the title came out, it attracted a lot of onlookers. Chen Mo observation posta inside. At this time, everyone was discussing how to track and observe the child of the world, so as to attract the attention of Chen Mo. Looking at this scene, Lu Fan and other administrators can only sigh helplessly. Where is this still like being vigilant, preventing Chen Mo, and being able to pull up a group against him? Now, completely reduced to a backup team. And they are still obliged to help Chen Mo maintain the group and manage the order. The more you think, the more angry you are. Just like a clown. No way, at this rate, we will soon become Chen Mo's ATM plus a support team. When you say that, I feel a lot of discomfort. Wang Yifeng and the others started to discuss. Don't give up, it's only temporary. After these few days, I don't believe that Chen Mo can still confuse everyone. Yeah, it's so fragrant this time, it doesn't mean that we will really obey him. The Great Wilderness Clan said lightly. He didn't get Chen Mo's minors, so he was the most resolute opponent. Yes, let Chen Mo go temporarily. First seduce the son of the world, and after adding Chen Mo's friends, we can also break through from the inside. Another genius said. Wang Yifeng and others. If it weren't for you being ugly and male, I would suspect that there was a traitor among us. Lu Fan couldn't help but say. Internal breakthrough. If you are not attacked by Chen Mo, it is good to be inside. All in all, everyone was a little discouraged. But I still feel that, as the Great Wilderness Clan said, just give up and admit defeat. They are a million people. It is really shameless to be broken through from the inside by a person. Persistence is victory. Gritting his teeth, Li Long, who was ranked number 8, stood up. My devil reincarnation pool has been upgraded, everyone stay steady. My ocean beast is coming soon. I'm too soon. We are all high races, and the potential for subsequent development is huge. For a time, everyone encouraged each other. I'm already a friend of Chen Mo. If I help him do this, what can I do for him? Luo Bing looked at everyone's discussion and couldn't help thinking seriously. She wants to prove herself. She is a good friend, but she got it righteously. Moreover, it's not just a matter of face, this is really something for her to try. Her angel is extremely fast. Across the sky like a pop. Perhaps there is no better fit than her. Of course, there are risks involved. But, if multiple angels plan the distance. Her eyes lit up, thinking carefully about the possibility. Notice. Zhang Xin of planet No NHU 34556 died in battle. Suddenly, a dazzling notice flashed across the watch. Luo Bing was shocked. Without warning, suddenly eliminated, and death. Here they come. And there are children of the world. No, the native army is here. I was attacked. What? For a time, the whole newcomer area was in chaos. The indigenous people acted together and seemed to form an alliance. The war has begun. You, form an alliance. The war has begun. You, form an alliance. The war has